he's gay. I mean, he's gay, excuse me, he's blind.
Gosh. How's my schmoopy?
Triggers.
Oh, crickets! Isn't it great to watch Gearbox while simultaneously putting each other's sausage in our mouth, forming what will become to be known as the greatest perfect human 69 to have ever existed?
Gearheads. It has been a long time, and the Army Major misses you all. But I'm over here trying to save the country. But I was asked by the demon to take a break from curb-stomping GOP baby nerds around the parking lot and introduce the show. Once we are past this whole world-ending election stuff, I sure hope you guys will have me on the show again to talk about my various stories of mischief and silliness in the West Virginia holla. But enough about me. It's that time, gearheads. Put away the children and sharp objects because the men are here. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, a man who overcame Lauren Compton's breasts the way Beethoven overcame deafness. The man, the myth, the 2024 Democratic voter. Blind Mike Geary.
Ladies and gentlemen, he may have been absent in presence last week, but he certainly wasn't absent in our hearts. Please give it up. For my partner and my best friend, Craig Ironhead Oconee.
It was epic.
Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, pal.
Great to have you. And I just want to say, the last time we talked, we had David Collins on, and I gotta be honest. I was trying to impress David, and I gave you a little guff for being late. I hope you know I was just goofing around. You can do whatever you want, man, as long as you show up, because if you don't, I'll kill myself. So just, keep showing up for the show. Whatever you want, buddy. We'll do it whatever time you want. It's all cool.
That bad.
Well, you're looking great, pal. And, I like to goof on you and say you do Ozempic. Obviously, you lost all the weight naturally, and you were probably out having sex with of-age adults. So I imagine you had a really cool time, but it's good to have you back.
So,
Guys, I'm sure you all agree with me. Please sound off in the comments. Let Craig know how grateful we are that he's back. Please, everyone, let Craig know how cool we are with whatever his proclivities and what he does in his spare time. Whatever, man, it's all good. You're our guy.
so last week went well. For me, I guess.
Last week was interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to make of last week. I've wrestled with it all week. I don't I don't know what to make of it. And here's my issue with it. Like, Hack Ride's been on before and produced before, and there are things where I'm like, okay, I wouldn't do it exactly that way, but whatever. The like DJ Electra jingles, I felt like really got in the way and brought all momentum to a halt. But it was whatever. I was fine with that. What really bugged me was when he played the Ty Rivera intro, And we've sat through that before. It was the intro to the show one day, and it's like 3.5 minutes. I know what that intro is.
Mm.
It's like 3.5 minutes is an eternity if you're waiting for something to start in a podcast.
Right.
And so while I was saying, like, please, like, stop, we fast forward, Hackride laughed and said, look how mad he's getting. And that's when I was like, oh, that's the point of this, is to make me angry. Which, if I'm on Hackride's show, that's totally fine. That's funny to do.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, without me on the Blind Mike Project, we don't have a show.
We're stuck with VGS.
So, like, you know, I really enjoy talking about, Tom Myers and Brendan Schaub and these people. I don't bring them up on Kirk's show because it's Kirk's show and I know he has no interest, you know?
Right.
When I'm on WATP, I don't bring up politics because I know it doesn't fit there, you know?
Yes.
Like, if I went on Hackride show, it would be very funny to constantly interrupt me and all that shit, because that's Hackride show. That's fine. But when I had the thought, and I can't get it out of my head, of like, oh, he's doing it on purpose. That's the only part that bugged me, is like, Hackride being Hackride, I'm totally fine with. Hackride purposely interrupting the show and making me angry is what I had a problem with. And, like, I think if we ever do that again, and I don't know if he'd be willing to, I would rather have Casey Day produce the show, I think.
Word on the street and underground sources have told me that is likely what's going to happen.
I mean, you gotta say, me and Casey Day, amazing chemistry off the air.
Terrific chemistry.
It's insane. You might think clinically insane if you heard me and Casey Day riffing off the air. We have perfectly great chemistry.
Yeah.
But, like, Hackride, I think, is intention. I mean, to be fair, if I'm being totally fair, he is a demon.
He is a demon.
He advertised who he was pretty upfront, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is, like, throughout the show, I was enjoying the DJ Electra singing because it was like, it seemed like it was in fun. And then at the end, when the Ty Rivera debacle, I was like, oh, this isn't cute anymore. This isn't gonna go well.
No, and I mean, like, I just had to stop the show.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I'm just not gonna have fun talking about this now, you know?
Right.
Like, not Ty Rivera. I'm sorry, the Boogie thing is what I was referring to.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, this is supposed to be a fun topic, and now it's seemingly purposely annoyed me. So,
right.
But yeah, Casey Day. We might tag Casey Day in someday if we ever need a fill-in producer. But that's my thing, is like, oh, is Casey Day then going to purposely annoy me? You know?
I don't think so. Casey Day seems like a nice guy.
That gets Hackride back completely in my good graces. If Casey Day is like just a totally normal guy,
he seems pretty
and
normal.
like the perfect producer.
Yeah, and I'm out.
And it's like, oh, so you were doing this on? Okay, all right. Now I see.
Yeah.
No, I like Hackride, and even like people comment a lot on the voice thing. The voice thing doesn't bother me, although it's a little hard to have a conversation at times, because it, like, I think Hackride actually made like good points about Ian Finance and stuff. Like, he brought interesting things to that conversation.
Very much so.
But if my thing is always, and maybe I think too much about this, say a random person finds that video. It's like you have a jingle with a lady singing bad, and then a demon talking about like, what is this? So it is, in my opinion, it kind of takes away from what the show is. Like, it's weird. Like, the Callan topic I thought was very fun. But, like, we start talking about it, and then we have to sit through a DJ Electra singing Brian Callan's name over and over again, you know?
I could listen to her sing all day, I think.
Well, makes one of us. But hey, man, your taste is awesome. Whatever you think is cool with me.
That Callan shit was bizarre.
Yeah, I thought that was a really funny segment, you know? But
especially because he's like, why wasn't I up there? I don't know. I could think of a few things.
It's not that far off from, so, like, if let's say Andrew Schultz wasn't invited.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Schultz saying, why wasn't I invited? The distance between that and Brian Callan saying, why wasn't I invited? is much further away than Brian Callen to me saying, "Why wasn't I invited?"
Well, a sports related.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sports related roast. Schultz is a comic, and he had a sports podcast forever.
And Schultz is very topical. Like always
Yes.
talks about, makes topical references and stuff like that. He's
Right.
also, I mean, he sold out Madison Square Garden that weekend.
I'm pretty sure he sold out the building that roast was in too.
Right. So, like, it's obvious why you would pick. Now, Callen tried to sell tickets at the Vulcan, and 21 people showed up. Which, hey, that just
Well,
your
no.
careers are in a different place, but have a little perspective.
21 people got their money back.
Oh, yeah, for this one, yeah.
That show was canceled. Remember?
Yeah, very very sad. But yeah, okay. So that has been indicated to you from inside sources that Casey Day might tag in next time.
That's what I'm hearing. Like that would be the betting favorite.
That's an interesting experiment because
Yes.
I don't think after that I would have Hack Ride back on.
I
would have. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. I would have him back on. I wouldn't have just me and him do a show like that.
Hackride needs to come back with the game segment and do the stand-up roasting the show. Maybe,
Sure, and that was fun. We played the game at the end. That was fun. I had fun with that.
yeah.
But that's my thing is like me going on Hackride. I would, which by the way, he's never invited me, but I would do Hackride show anytime and do that whatever he wanted. But it's like this is my show, and we got to get to the shit I want to talk about. You know, it's not the Hackride show.
I've been asked twice to do Hackride show and bumped both times.
Yeah, I shouldn't say I've never been asked. I think he has asked me, but it just and I. Maybe I couldn't do it. I don't remember, but I would as long as I can, I would do it anytime.
But yeah, I was like, I was watching. I was like, oh, I hope this ends better because this is the summer and I do go away. So, please,
Oh no, you don't.
you're not going anywhere.
I know you're just razzing me the way we do. You know. Yeah, guys, leave in the comments how great Craig is, how cool he is, how nice he looks without a hat on. I think he can dress however he wants, you know?
If I was smart, I would have not worn a hat today.
Whatever, man. It's all cool. I think you look great.
Thanks, buddy.
And
I knew you
Adonis.
felt that way this whole time.
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes dire times, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no. We always love Hackride here. I don't want that to be twisted because he tends to blow up on me. I don't want that. I hope you think he'll understand what I'm saying, right?
At first, no.
Oh, damn it.
Definitely not.
We love you, Hackride. I think Hackride does tremendous work for the show.
He didn't hear
It's
that.
Right. You do tremendous work. Yeah. So, guys, leave in the comments how cool you think Craig is. Like the show, all that good stuff. Subscribe. And that's if you're watching live on YouTube, of course, or watching later. Or any other podcast platform. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review. All of our links are blindmike.net if you want to find us. And please support the show. The more you interact with the show, like, comment, subscribe, and all that, the more this show spreads, the more eyeballs we get on it, the more it boosts us in the algorithm. So make sure you do all that stuff. It helps us very much. And then if you really like us, in fact, this show, we are not live. We're recording on Friday. So if you guys are watching on Sunday and wish you had it 2 days earlier, wish you had a little Friday night treat if you're hanging in, or something for your run on Saturday morning, whatever it is you do with your weekend. If you wanted us a couple days early, then make sure you get on Patreon or become a YouTube member. And those links are at blindmike.net as well. Please subscribe. We've been stagnant on the Patreon, I think. We've been banging our heads against about 950 members for some time. So make sure you subscribe. Get us over that 1,000 hump, will you?
Please help us.
Blindmike.net. All right. Let's get into it, baby. Because we've got some topics I want to get into, and I think we'll have a treat for you at the end that we couldn't fully dive into last week. But I want to start with this steel toe business. A lot of people in this corner of the internet have been talking about Aaron Imholt and steel toe this week. So I admit I checked it out. I put on my gossipy hat and dove in. I heard Carl talk about it on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever that was. And it piqued my interest. So I said, okay, let me see. And I know everyone's talking about it, but maybe I want to dip my toe in and talk about the divorce as well. But what I found was...
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What, getting divorced?
Yeah, nothing wrong.
No, you're a real... You failed as a man.
I disagree.
No, I'm kidding. Whatever Craig does is cool. So yeah, I actually think it's cool to get divorced. You know, you can't have pizza every night, as a friend of mine says. Divorces are so hot right now.
They're pretty cool. They're trendy.
Yeah.
I like to think of myself.
Really cool, handsome guys get divorced. So, anyways, nothing to do with that. You know, people were very intrigued because, if you don't know, I guess I should explain. The reason people are so intrigued is because Aaron did a show with his wife, April, for a long time. And then there was a lot of stress in the marriage. She left the show. All kinds of drama happened with Steel Toe. And I listened to Carl, and I said, I've avoided it this long, but it piqued my interest. I kind of wanted to talk about it. And then what I found when I went to look through recent episodes of Steel Toe is the divorce didn't even interest me. I got hooked by another angle. This captivated me. So we're going to take a look at how every show for like over a week started over at the Steel Toe program. Now, I'm not totally familiar with what Aaron does. I messaged him a long time ago. I think maybe when he first started the show, he had Anthony Cumia on, and I thought he did a good job with him. I thought that was interesting, so I messaged him and said good job and all that. And that's really my last interaction with him. So I haven't seen the show of late. I don't know what he's up to. I don't know if this is a bit that I'm missing, if there's an inside joke that the audience would understand that I don't. But if not, this is a bizarre way to start a program. So let's just dive into it, Craig. Give me one example here. I'm sure it'll just be a one-off.
Mission this week, get rid of the shadows. That's mission this week. Eliminate shadows, which I believe is just backlighting, right? So I might move some shit from over there and bring it back here. And here's what I have to understand. Here's what I have to just accept about myself and start working on. I fucking suck at this shit. I'm great at hosting a show. There's nobody better.
Okay, hold on. I want to get to that for a second. Hold on. Back up a little bit. I'd like to address that claim. But first I want to talk about, I'm a man who's visually impaired. I do not see particularly well, and it's getting worse. Mm-hmm. So to me, of course, the set dressing doesn't matter at all. The background, whatever's behind Aaron, in front of Aaron, anywhere, matters nothing to me. So let me ask you, Craig, a man of sight.
Yep.
When you're watching a podcast, how much do you really give a fuck about what's behind the guy talking?
Like, not at all, except if there's too much going on, it's almost distracting.
Okay, I mean, I understand that, like, for the algorithm, maybe it matters. You know, you see podcasts like Bad Friends and things like that have the big, loud backgrounds behind them with the logos. But, you know, so I think it matters to an extent. As a topic, it feels dreadfully boring to me. But hey, I'm probably nitpicking. This is a one-off thing. So let's see now. Let's see fake radio guy tell us how great he is.
Fuck at this shit. I'm great at hosting a show. There's nobody better. The reason we have so many haters is because I'm so fucking good at this.
I mean,
it drives people.
I mean, come on. Hold on. Is his, again, I can't see. Is his Howard Stern handbook on his desk? How to just be fucking Stern? I mean, Jesus Christ. Does anyone believe that, Aaron? No one's better at hosting a show. Like, we're in the same ballpark of subscribers, you know?
I can't.
No one's better.
I can't imagine he believes this.
Well, that's the thing, is like when Howard said it carried a little weight because he was number one in most markets he was in, you know, close to all of them. So, like, it had a little gravitas when Howard said he was the best to ever do it. You kind of, to make that claim, you have to somewhat establish yourself. And I would even say, when Howard Stern was in Detroit, if he said, I'm the best to ever do this, you'd kind of be like, shut the fuck up. Who would want to listen to that?
Right.
You know, like, you kind of have to prove yourself a little before you can do the fake tough guy, like, I'm the best to ever do that. Aaron, no one thinks you believe that. No one thinks you believe you're the best broadcaster of all time.
That's why he's on the internet.
Doing Steel Toe morning show. Well, listen, the best broadcaster of all time will probably be on the internet. So
That's true.
That I
Maybe
I don't have an issue with. Yeah,
maybe he is, and he's ahead of it.
Yeah, it just seems like the only. I mean, like again, I checked out his show a couple times. I didn't hate it certainly. Like, that's the thing is like Aaron gets trolled a lot. Like I'll be totally fair. Until this, I never saw anything where it's like, oh, I have to shit on this guy. So like, I don't think he's a bad broadcaster necessarily, but the best of all time, like that's just fake. No one thinks you mean that, Aaron. It comes off as phony. You're lying to your audience.
I never seeked out the show, but every clip I've seen, I've been like, this. I could listen to it.
Sure. Yeah, I've never seen anything dreadful, but so I noticed something here. What we just heard, I said, oh well, it's a little weird to start the show by talking about the set. But maybe he just changed something. Like, so he feels like he has to address it. And maybe I'm being nitpicky. It's a minute and a half. Who gives a fuck?
The biggest concern I have is it's still set up to show where his wife would be sitting.
There's silhouettes of April.
There's legit an empty seat right next to him.
Like Marty Funkhauser at the Dodgers game. The Memorial April Imholtz seat.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm sorry. Is there any more to that clip?
Oh, yeah.
I suck at everything that's not hosting a show. I look like I'm having a fucking puppet show behind me. And all I probably need to do is take these lights back here, move them down here, shoot them up at the wall, and I can probably be done with that. But then you know what sucks about that? You know what complaints I'm going to get after that? Yo, fucking wall's too shiny. I hate this part. I fucking hate it. But
I can guarantee you this, Aaron. You're definitely not going to get that now. now you've corrected it. No one will say the wall is too shiny now. So thank God you addressed it in that manner.
But he's not done.
Oh, good.
I love the buckle shield. I love the whiteboard. I love Mike Lindell. I love my Jesse Ventura dolls. I love all of it. I fucking hate getting it to work. I want a darker, like, radio aesthetic is what I'm fucking going for. And
that'd be so fucking cool, man. Then you'd really be the best show on the internet.
Then you'd look like you sound the best ever.
Really? I mean, the only reason so many people watch and listen to Rogan is because of that. He put the Joe Rogan sign behind him. He was kind of nothing before that.
I didn't watch until I saw the Joe Rogan Experience sign.
In the old studio, when he had like the mugshot of Elvis or whatever it was, like that was horse shit. You needed the bright Joe Rogan behind him, and that's the only way that kid ever made it.
Yeah. But we go on to the next day, I believe.
Okay, so I clicked through a couple episodes because I was trying to find something specific. So I heard Carl play something, and I said, oh, that interests me. I'm curious the context around that. I was trying to find that. Instead, I found something else because the light thing didn't strike me at first. I just thought, oh, okay, he's talking about the lights because maybe something changed, whatever. I started to notice a pattern forming.
Oh, I thought I'd keep you waiting a little bit. I thought I'd make you wait. I changed a little bit of lighting. I changed a little bit of stuff with the camera. I know we've still got work to do. I look kind of like a zombie ghost now. But we'll get there. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make the back look better. So I changed the backlight compensation.
If you were at someone's house one-on-one and they were saying this to you, can you imagine you'd be thinking of ways to change the subject. Can you think of anything more boring?
I'd be like, tell me about this Jesse Ventura.
We put in a new backsplash. We took the wallpaper down because I don't know. I just really wasn't liking the vibe. We figured a fresh coat of paint would really spruce this plate up. Oh my God, shut up.
Now, to be fair, none of that really matters to you.
It doesn't matter to me, but does it matter to anyone?
I mean, sometimes, you notice things when you can see, I guess.
On a podcast, do you give a fuck what the wall looks like?
No, because I usually listen while I'm driving, so no, I guess.
Okay, well, let's keep going.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Sure.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, no, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe it's only me, and all you sighted people watching are going to be like, Mike, this is really entertaining. What the fuck are you talking about? Craig's probably right.
That's right.
For behind me, I like that part. I don't like what it's done for my face. I look sick now. So we'll continue to
Sick as
mess
in
around.
awesome.
We'll continue to work on that.
Fucking sick.
And people are saying it looks better. Debatable.
Aaron, stop.
Well, he's
stop reacting to what every individual says. Some people are going to say it looks like shit to annoy you. Some people are going to say it looks like shit because it looks like shit. Some people are going to say it looks great because they want to trick you. Some people are going to say it's great because they think it looks great. People lie on the internet, and people also give honest feedback. Don't listen to every single person because it's going to drive you insane, and it's going to force you to do wacky things like every day talking about the lighting in your studio.
I do enjoy that you're telling him it's going to drive him insane while this has driven you insane.
I know from experience. He's the next domino to fall. It hits me first.
We've lost Blind Mike to the light debacle. In his defense, his show is kind of built around getting super chats, right? Is he one of those?
Oh, I think it's entirely. Yeah.
So maybe
No, I mean, he has, unlike like Kevin Brennan and Stuttering John, I think he has like topics he talks about.
Right, but I mean, like the length of the show could be determined by how much money he makes.
Correct. Yeah.
So maybe he's just trying to engage them to get them to grease.
Right. Like, hey guys, I mean, you're gonna want to donate to tell me how bad the wall is, right?
If you want me to talk about how terrible my wall is some more, give me $5.
That's a fun way to do a show. Yeah, I always enjoy that.
Super chat us right now if mine or Mike's background sucks.
Yeah, let us know.
Still look fat. I didn't turn off the "Don't make me 219 pounds" filter.
That's how you know guys self-conscious about his weight when he gives you the exact. Guys, I'm not 220. So don't you dare say that. I'm 219.
I'm still able to fight at welterweight.
I think I don't know if I've ever seen I don't know if I've ever seen this amount of success go to someone's head where he's very vain and there's I don't know. I was listening to Carl's breakdown of it. There's alleged drug use involved. It seems like the Kurt Cobain story, but it's just a guy with 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
No, he doesn't sound like a guy on Suboxone being like, my lighting was pretty fucking good this morning.
Yeah, he's very concerned about how he looks and everything. It's like, I don't know, if you do a good enough show, it doesn't really matter, you know?
All right, well, let's see what the next show starts like.
Okay, so now, we had fun making fun of him about the lighting thing. So I think we're just gonna move on and finally get into the divorce stuff.
First, I do want to address, yes, the lighting is better.
Oh, God damn it.
You can see from Johnny, it's not perfect.
Aaron, shut up about the lights.
Talk about it more.
Every day.
I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of curious where this is going to go now, to be honest.
You think this is a blind trigger, maybe?
It might be a blind trigger.
He's talking so much about visuals that it's bothering me.
I feel like I when I was a kid and Monday Night Raw ended and I couldn't wait to see what happened to Stone Cold next week. It's kind of how I feel about the lights.
I don't know, like David Letterman had a very nice set. I don't think he started every show telling you what the fucking lighting guy was doing.
Conan.
Well, here's what went into our set design, actually. Top 10 things on our set.
Conan started every show explaining why the moon was where it was in the backdrop.
Yeah, just let things happen behind you. Oh, and why is it taking so long, by the way, to get it right?
That's the one thing I'm just like, flummoxed by.
Every day is a new adventure, a new lighting adventure.
I feel like you have one stage light. It's not going to look this dim.
But if it does, fine, whatever. That's just what it looks like, I guess, Aaron. Move on.
You know what? To his credit, it sounds immaculate.
All right. Well, that's true, yeah. Oh, you're going to get him to talk about the audio quality now. Guys, good news. We've improved the microphones.
No. His sounds great, guys, right? Don't tell him it's not.
Yeah, no one fuck with him about his sound. That'll ruin the man.
Yeah, you fixed the lighting, but what's with the mics?
Sorry, Aaron, what are you saying? We can't hear you. Aaron, you look fantastic. If only we could hear what you were saying.
A little bit like a ghoul. I have shadows cast on myself now. The shadows on the wall are gone. We took care of that. Now I have a weird neck shadow following me around. That's it. And it's probably this light right here.
Oh, good. I'm glad you've diagnosed it.
Crazy that an overhead light causes a shadow.
I was worried. I got to be honest. When he started talking about the lighting, I thought it was going to be an open-ended, like, who knows what the problem is. But luckily he said, like, no, it's probably this light over here. Oh, thank God.
Now I have the blinds in front of me open.
That's
Beautiful
me.
Beautiful lighting right here.
All right.
Coming down. That's causing it. But I think it looks better. The video quality is better. We got rid of a lot of that image noise that we were seeing. In fact, I think we got rid of all of it. People were saying last night.
You can just tell people. Like, you don't have to tell people. They'll just notice, you know?
Now the part that unfortunately you can't appreciate is there's a guy on the screen that he's got on the show that just looks like he's falling asleep.
Oh, well, thank God he's not crying. This guy broke down. So I guess our pal Mersh super chatted this show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this guy's name, but the producer. I guess Mersh said he stinks on the show. And the guy, for like an hour and a half, wept openly on the show. And he was like, you just fucking try things.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about it, but like 15 people talked about it before we did. So I felt like it was done, you know?
Man, if I cried every time that happened.
Not today, right, guys? Tell Craig how great he is, huh?
I don't have a live chat blowing up on the right being like, this guy fucking sucks. He's a fat ginger fuck.
So, like, here's my thing. I'm like, the shows can change what they look like without it being a daily discussion, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you go back and watch the early episodes of Always Sunny, it's shot differently. I don't remember the episode where they're like, hey, Charlie, you look like you're standing in better lighting today. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, the technology has gotten better, so...
You don't remember that time they did an episode talking about how the Coors Light's more illuminated than it was the day before?
No, I've thought I've seen all of them, but I'm going to have to go back. I guess I missed one or two. All right, let's finish this clip. It's every day. It was a lighting discussion.
In tuning, we'll keep perfecting it. As you can see, the board has been updated today. Let's check out the board.
Oh, good.
Of course, today being Tuesday. Oh, hold on. Einstein couldn't tie his tie in a mirror because he couldn't figure out the reflection thing. I have the same problem pointing. I would have been a shitty meteorologist.
So he's the best broadcaster, and he's Einstein.
Can you just say I'm bad at this rather than equating yourself to Einstein?
All you have to do is go, I'm not an audio, the V in AV club, I suck at.
Hey, I'm not perfect, but neither was Albert Einstein. Okay, I guess. No one equates the two of you, Aaron. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, I think you're a fine broadcaster. You're not Einstein, and you're not Howard Stern.
I'll go as far to say good.
Sure. Let's call him a good. I mean, there is a little. What's odd that I've noticed about Aaron is like, I think even he would probably admit he's doing an Anthony Cumia impression, which I have my influences, and Cumia is probably one of them.
Do I have to play the beginning of their show?
Beginning of whose show?
Steel Toe.
What do you mean?
You'll hear something that sounds.
Oh, Ecstasy of Gold.
Yep.
But I think that's an homage.
Now, did Opie and Anthony do that because of Metallica? Sure.
Right.
And then does he do it because of them? Sure. Has to.
You know what's funny? A quick sidebar here is Patton Oswalt was once on Opie and Anthony, and he said, I really love that you guys play Ecstasy of Gold to start the show because it's kind of like symbolically it's such a beautiful song, and then you guys come on with like this horse shit, and Opie goes, wow, man, I really appreciate you saying that. No one's ever understood that was always my intention.
Ugh.
And it was so obviously someone taking credit for something they'd never thought of before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when he was like, yeah, man, that's definitely what I meant the whole time.
That's kind of like how his whole energy when he was on Rogan that we broke down a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like that energy.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway,
we can go to the fourth show here.
All right, finally. So let's get into some of this divorce talk because I do think it was an interesting topic. Like we goofed on the lighting and everything, but finally, let's move on for Christ's sake.
See, now here's the problem.
Yeah, what's that?
That top light bulb.
Fuck you.
Terrible.
Fuck you. You cocksucking prick.
I hope somehow he sees this and just to spite you talks about the lighting to start every show. From now on.
I'm gonna watch every day now. Like, there, he's talking about the lighting again.
You know what? I think it does look good.
Let's see how this starts. He's obsessed. This is like Walter White with The Fly.
Yes.
Move on, man.
Okay, your meth is now 99%. Big deal.
Morning, and it casts shadows. Yes. That top light bulb.
Sorry, you actually start over because I just want to hear him mention the light bulb again because he's so fixated. He's like, you know what it is. Like he was telling us yesterday, according to these clips. Yesterday he was like, "Here's what the problem is. It's that light over there." Now he's zeroed in on a singular light bulb.
See, now here's the problem.
Yeah, what's that?
That top light bulb
Yes.
looks terrible in the morning, and it casts shadows.
Yes.
That top light bulb might look great in the evening.
Oh, good.
Oh, this is more Steel Toe morning show. That bulb might be good in the evening, though.
Yeah. Well, he does an evening show too. He does both
That's true.
on different days. But I'm glad. I was worried we were going to get through this segment without getting a biography on the light bulb.
He's going to start going about how it's like a Raytheon light bulb or whatever.
This light bulb prefers the mornings, and it prefers rainy days, cold winter nights.
I had an LG in there, and it was hurting my retinas, so I switched it.
It's the problem that I'm having. Our lighting issues are pretty much fixed. I think we still need to shoot a little more strategically. But the camera is much better. People are very happy about the camera.
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy. I was in line at Dunkin' Donuts the other day, and people behind me were rejoicing, hugging one another. They were celebrating. A guy came out, "Coffee's on the house, gang. Aaron fixed his lights." Almost.
Someone came in just gasping for air, like, "Did you guys see?" And someone cuts him off. "The light bulb, it's fixed."
The guy said steel, and he didn't have to finish. Everyone knew he was talking Steel Toes lighting.
Dude, sit down. Coffee's on me.
Let's hear that again. People are very happy about the lights. Yay! Aaron fixed his lighting.
Our lighting issues are pretty much fixed. I think we still need to shoot a little more strategically. But the camera is much better. People are very happy about the camera. Even some saying it's
People are whistling down the streets.
Can someone pair that with Aaron saying people are very happy with the camera and have that overlaid with like countries being liberated? You know, so rioting after a team wins the World Series.
People are real happy with the lighting. I actually almost just did a cliche you joke.
What's that?
Just say cut to Harper Dwyer. The gun.
Oh. Yeah, no one can handle.
If there's a day 5 of this, everyone's going to do that.
best camera lighting we've ever had this morning.
Ooh.
That's
I was watching a video the other day. It's kind of, those troops coming home videos?
The best.
This was similar to that, but it was a 5-year-old kid, and he went up to his dad and was like, Aaron fixed his lighting. The guy just broke down in tears. It was great. It was touching. It was both sad and, I felt joy and sadness at the same time.
It was the kid's dad got back from Iraq, and he didn't give a shit because the lighting was fixed. That's all he cared about.
Just tell me one thing, son. Since I've been gone, has Aaron fixed the lighting?
The saga is definitely going about that long, I'd say.
Large, fat, obese man.
Hold on, what was that? Sounds like he was talking about me.
I feel attacked.
Correct the record here.
That's high praise from a large, fat, obese man.
Hey, how do you know we were going to talk about him?
I feel like I'm going to mark that. That needs to be a drop. Just to have it.
No, I think Carl, I mentioned this to Carl the other day, and he said, I mentioned the lighting, and he goes, oh, Patrick Melton was talking about the lighting too. So other people, thank God I'm not crazy. Other people have noticed this.
It's taken over the Dabbleverse Reddit page.
John's taking credit for fixing Aaron's lighting. Actually, I did that. I installed that light bulb.
His wife's with me now.
Oh, don't think that hasn't been tried.
Stop it.
Oh, you don't. Yeah. I always like Craig doesn't really pay attention to all this stuff, so I always like informing him.
Stuttering John infuriates me, so I sometimes just don't look at him.
So Stuttering John screen shared something a while back, like when all these rumors started that Aaron and April were getting divorced.
Mhm.
And Stuttering John screen shared something, but no one was paying attention to what he was talking about. What everyone picked up on is that he had DM'd with April Imholt. Old smooth Johnny trying to slide in there.
What a fucking scumball, dude.
He really is trash.
Really get. Once in a while, he does admit I'm a funny guy.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, that's Aaron taking credit for something he did. I guess he said that Patrick Melton was obsessed with the lighting. And then his summation of that is, once in a while, he does think I'm a funny guy. It's like, I don't think that's what he said.
He just said the lighting looks good, champ.
He didn't, actually. I think Patrick Melton had the same take I did. But
Now,
how could you not?
now we're gonna stick with this show for a little while. Here he is talking about Carl.
Okay, so we actually are, bits aside, we actually are moving on, because this is the other thing that piqued my interest. So I mentioned that Carl talked about him the other day. When I hear this, I gotta defend my guy here, because it doesn't seem like Aaron's having a lot of fun with what Carl did. So Carl did what he called an emergency. It's interesting. Aaron has a problem with a word in this title. I have a problem with a different word. Carl called it an emergency mini-sode. And the episode was 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I don't know what was mini about it.
Mini-sode's tough.
I did not like mini-sode.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But Aaron, Carl did what he does. And Aaron was on Carl's show at one time. I remember he was a part of the Tampa Accord or something like that. So I think Carl and Aaron were friendly at one time. But Carl pretty honestly broke down the show. And I didn't hear anything like over the line, really. But this was Aaron's response to it, who, by the way, definitely didn't listen. You'll notice there's no way he listened.
To be fair, though, he's probably pretty busy with the filament in his light bulbs.
It's a nonstop. It's really an all-day affair. We're lucky. We only have to hear about it a few minutes every single day. But it's a nonstop endeavor.
Why does it matter? People are also saying Carl from Who Are These Podcasts had an emergency show. That's the gayest, nerdiest thing ever, by the way. An emergency.
Can I say, it's very, I mean, Carl is flaming, of course, but
Yeah.
what a man does in his own bedroom is no business of mine.
Yeah.
I think it's very funny to get angry. Like, you're just looking for things to get angry about. That's radio guy stuff. It's like shock jock radio guy stuff to be like, he's gay because he had an emergency episode.
He's gay because he had an emergency episode. I can't stand this. The guy only talks about his lights. It's like,
Yeah, right. I suppose.
It is funny, though. He's like, there's an emergency episode. This is about the live show, right?
No, well, so the emergency episode was about Stuttering John, and he also mentioned Steel Toe. He put Steel Toe in the title, I think.
Oh.
Emergency broadcast. There's a man bleeding out on the floor.
Well, hold on. If I can say this, I think the emergency aspect is a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yes.
I don't think Carl expected the authorities to come. Like, Dave Portnoy's done it a lot as well,
From a water cooler podium.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks there's really first responders on their way, It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but okay, Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, I texted Carl, is everyone okay, before I listened.
And he said no, which was the crazy thing.
Emergency broadcast. There's a man.
Hold on. Craig texted Carl and said, is everything okay? And Carl just goes, did you hear about the lights? Not everyone was happy about it. Carl was devastated.
I was like, I did.
What do you? I have 2 ears, don't I, Carl? Of course I did.
Of course I did.
I don't live under a rock.
Emergency broadcast. There's a man bleeding out on the floor. He had an emergency broadcast, and he fucking lied. He said that I insinuated something I did not insinuate. I'm not even.
Oh, hold on a second.
At least don't get specific.
you heard Carl did a show, right?
Yeah, pretty gay of him, by the way.
Oh, it was very gay of Carl. I mean, Carl, again, very flamboyant, flaming, all the adjectives you can use, of course. Gay is queer is a $3 bill, as my grandfather would say.
Gay is the driven snow.
That's not what we're here to debate. No one would pick that losing debate. Is Carl gay? Of course. What I'm here to defend is the idea that Aaron says, like, I heard I don't know. I heard there's a guy, I guess, named Carl, and I heard he did a show or something. Anyways, here's exactly what he talked about.
But I didn't listen.
I didn't hear it. So I guess this is what Carl did specifically.
I was up to my eyeballs in light debacles.
But you guys know me. If it ain't lighting, I'm not touching it. I gotta say, that's a pretty good alibi. If I'm the detective on this case, I'm kind of buying the fact that he was so consumed with lighting that he didn't listen to Carl's show.
He should go murder someone right now and he'll have an alibi.
Perfect. Like, Your Honor, look at how much he's talking about the lights. You think a man like that would have time for anything else?
That's consuming his life, if you ask me. I don't even give a shit about the divorce. You see this lighting she left me with?
We're not going to say what it is. He insinuated I said something about somebody that I did not say.
This is good.
Why not, by the way?
If it's out there and you're
it's very confusing to your audience. If Carl said it and it's not true, Craig, say something inflammatory about me right now.
You threw rocks at black kids in your school.
It was oddly specific. I think Craig was drawing from past memories.
It's inflammatory. I was thinking,
Jesus. Now, yeah, obviously, cut that out, of course, because that can't be out there. It's something ridiculous. So who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
But now, if it's possibly true, maybe you wouldn't want to address it specifically, I guess.
Yeah. Now you're like, you know what Craig just said. I'm not going to repeat it, but
no, whoa, hold on a second.
Who told you it's the warthog talking?
Those were his rocks.
They were just mysteriously there was piles of them just planted there. No one knows where
that's
they came
the
from.
real question. How did the rocks get there? That's what no one's looking into.
Those are Soros rocks if I've ever seen them.
That's how much I'm happy Craig's back, is I'm taking on his, proclivities.
If that's look, I get that outside of Stuttering John, it's a bit of a one-trick pony over there. But
see, this is what I hate. This is why I wanted to talk about this today.
Don't do that.
This is having
fun. We were having fun with the lights, dude. Don't go there.
Yeah, go back to the lights, man.
What kind of wattage we talking?
This is what I hate when you just are a complete phony. Like, you liked Carl. You were talking about Stuttering John for a while until that group of people said, we don't like you. Fuck off. And you realized that wasn't the right avenue for you to go down anymore, which is smart. Good for you. You steered away from it. That's fine. But you were on Carl's show. Don't do the thing now where like, oh, Carl's a hack and I never liked him. Because again, that goes back to like, I'm the greatest radio personality of all time. No one thinks you believe that. So what are you doing it for?
You say he's gay, we're not going to get in your way.
Like, there's no one in Aaron's audience that doesn't remember Steel Toe being on the show and having Carl on and all this stuff. So why be like, oh, well, no one's ever liked Carl ever and he sucks. It's like, okay, don't go down that route. That just makes you feel phony.
Clearly it's working, his program.
Well, and that's the other thing is like, I'll defend Carl on that, is he's not a one trick. He talks about plenty of other stuff. Is Stuttering John the most popular topic he discusses? Sure, but something would have to be, right?
Yeah, as we discussed on, I don't know the timeline. The last episode of Why Are You Laughing that might be out now.
Yes.
If someone's gonna, come at you through the law, you're gonna talk about them
for sure. But also, like, it's interesting,
right?
Like, I don't give a, you know what I mean? Like, if we decide to talk about Coach HP more than anyone else, who gives a fuck? Oh, we haven't talked about.
We have to get into that.
Oh, there's some Coach HP news. We'll save it for after Aaron. I forgot about that.
After air, there's more?
Huh?
Did you say after air or Aaron?
Oh, Aaron. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think you said after air. I was like, oh, there's something I don't know. Exciting.
No. Well, actually, yes, there is something you don't know.
Oh, good.
But we'll get to that in a moment.
Grasping at now. Maybe it's time to wrap it up, boys. Maybe it's time to wrap it up if that's what we're going
They
with.
did an emergency broadcast.
See, don't, Aaron. You're playing it wrong. And Aaron, here's the thing: is Aaron's interests seem to be similar to mine and Carl's and all these other people that do shows like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aaron's an Opie and Anthony fan, so I feel like I have some. Just based on that,
It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, based on that, I have some insight into the stuff he's interested in listening to or talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do the thing because you know it's phony. Don't do this thing of like, Carl should retire now from podcasting because he's talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, Aaron's literally doing the thing like, hey, we're just a little show over here. What are they doing talking about us? You know? While simultaneously being like, I'm the greatest broadcaster in the history of broadcasting. Well, Aaron, if that's true, if you're the world's greatest broadcaster, shouldn't people talk about you? And some of those people are going to make fun of you, right?
Yeah.
So which is it?
If you're watching along, the way he's holding this beverage right now is way gayer than Carl's ever done it.
I don't know. Did you hear how Carl drinks a beer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's Stuttering John's impression of him. Yeah.
I knew exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Everybody only wants to discuss me, so that must mean I'm discussing.
Oh, go back.
Oh,
go back. This is corny as shit, and I want to give it a proper setup.
You know what? The white guys on this show know exactly what you're doing. That's how corny it was.
Oh, God. But this is like, so his producer, you know, his yes man, his Craig, is setting him up here, and like, why are these losers all talking about you? When again, it actually doesn't. If you are as good as you say you are, it doesn't make them losers to talk about you. It means you're interesting, right? Which, as Aaron knows, so is Aaron a loser for talking about Chad Zumach or Patrick Melton or the people he discusses? Does that make you gay, Aaron? Are you suddenly shoving cocks in your mouth because you talk about Patrick Melton?
I hate this next part so much, but I'm going to hit play.
It's rough.
Emergency broadcast about you?
Everybody only wants to discuss me, so that must mean I'm disgusting. But it's just me. I'm just obscene.
I'm glad he got into the third stanza.
He's like, this is going so well, I'm going to keep going.
I genuinely thought he was going to do the rest of the song.
See,
you
that
you've never seen a white person before. I love the way his producer sets him up too. Like, you mean to tell me this guy is talking about you? He's like, my girlfriend listens to Crime Junkie.
Yep.
And so I'll overhear it sometimes. So I don't know the ladies' names, but there's one that's clearly a host and the other is like the sidekick. And it's a true crime show. So every week they talk about a murder.
Natural.
And yet there are things on there where like the main host who does all the work is like, so then the man stabbed the woman to death in her sleep. And the other girl will go, wait a second. I'm sorry. Stabbed? Like murdered? And the first girl's like, yes. This is a true crime show. I actually might want to get. We should do that next week. I might want to get clips of that because it's very funny.
I need it. It's just gonna be rubbed out clips.
But that's what I like. That's what Aaron's producer does for him. Is like, hold on a second. This is a podcast that is talking about other podcasts. I mean, who are these podcasts?
Hi, my name is Ticka Aaron Imholt.
Will the real Aaron Imholt please stand up?
Y'all act like you never seen a white. No,
I did that one already.
I know. But anyways,
you've humiliated us.
Yeah, well, we're doing. Yeah, whatever.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to Hackamania, brother.
Okay, so this is the next tactic. Again, he turned the page in his Howard Stern manual. And it said, go after their numbers. Say they're not as big a show as you.
They're saying Hackamania sales might be bad, and they're stirring up the steel toe stuff to sell tickets.
Show was in
I
August.
appreciate it, and I am the reason that
That's a different show.
Huh?
That's
Oh,
a
is
different show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can announce though, right? Should I announce this?
Yeah, go for it.
Me and Craig will be at DabbleCon August 16th and 17th.
Oh shit.
Tentatively, barring something else comes up, but probably.
Barring anything else happens in our life.
I mean, pretty much anything important rises up and we won't be there. But for now.
I could be at the grocery store or not.
No, it sounds like it'll be a fun time. I'm down.
Yeah.
But no, Hackamania is happening next week, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Get your tickets. But I don't know. Carl told me they moved it to a larger venue.
Right, because they sold. I think they sold out the first venue rather quickly.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe he's lying to me, I guess. But like, Stuttering John keeps saying it, and now Aaron Imholt say, Aaron, hold on. I just caught myself. I like Aaron.
I know what you're just gonna go with.
Realize the sentence I'm about to say.
The company you keep.
Take stock in what I'm about to say. Stuttering John and Aaron Imholt have been doing this lately. Hear that, Aaron. Sometimes you get into a tizzy, a rage. You can't see what's right in front of you. You're using Stuttering John tactics.
The next clip's just going to be him saying that you can actually see.
What's his IQ? So yeah, Stuttering John's been doing this thing, and I think Kevin Brennan too, probably, where they're saying like the event is failing or something. And I genuinely don't know, but that seems easily provable to check which venue is bigger because they had to switch venues, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. It seems easy enough to figure out to me, but Aaron's now taking this, and he keeps doing this thing. We've heard him do it twice now. Oh, people are telling me. How about looking up something, Aaron? Like, look into it before you talk about it. Oh, people are saying this. Well, how about before you comment on it, you make sure that's the case?
That's a tactic where he listened to the whole thing and he's like, I heard through, whatever.
Yeah.
They're saying Hackamania sales might be bad, and they're stirring up the steel toe stuff to sell tickets. I appreciate it, and I am the reason that Patrick Melton even has a show that anybody watches.
Okay, I'll correct that now. I think Patrick Melton's been doing his show for legitimately like 20 years.
It's been a long time.
I mean, he got into podcasting very early and internet radio, whatever it was at the time. But like, Patrick's been doing it for a long time. Like, Red Bar was dumping on him 8 years ago. Now you can say his show sucks or whatever. I don't know much about his show. Like, you can criticize it if you want, but to say I'm the only reason Patrick Melton has a show. Again, Aaron, you're being phony and everyone can see through it. Hey, it's fine to be phony if you get people to believe you. But, like, who's believing this? Who believes you're the greatest broadcaster of all time? Who believes you didn't actually watch Carl talk about you? And who believes that Patrick Melton exists purely because of you when you guys have been going back and forth for a year and Patrick has had a show for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20?
If I don't get, like, a lot of people do that. Like, it's a defense mechanism. Like, if someone talks shit about them, they're like, I heard. And it's like, no, you heard someone's talking shit, so you wanted to hear what they had to say.
Yeah, I always try to be genuine. Like, if I say I heard, I try to back it up with, like, genuinely. I'm not above listening to this.
Right.
It just came across my radar and I haven't had time to check it out yet,
Right.
Like, but to act like you're above it, it's like you're not. That's what your show is about. Your show is covering similar topics to all these other shows. You think because you talk about politics once in a while, you talk about George Soros, that you're better than the rest of us?
It's true.
Sucking Patrick's dick now if he can find it. But at the same time,
fat guy.
I don't think I'm a big enough deal to get your tickets moving. I'm
going to be honest with you, Aaron. I don't think they thought that either.
I don't want to talk about tickets. I just need to get back to this lighting.
I don't know. I know Carl tells me all the time when we talk off air. I was in marketing. I know Carl. I don't know how good a marketer he was. But I don't know if in his training they ever told him, like, just make sure you put Aaron Imholt in your advertisement. That's how we move merchandise, is we just tell people that steel toe has something to do with this. And boy, tickets fly off the shelves.
Here he is talking about the emergency.
I just want to go back to that for 1 second and just say, like, the idea that Carl is doing a live show in Vegas. According to Steel Toe, no one's going to go.
No one.
Then a week before the show, Carl talks about Aaron. Carl, who's been doing a show for 6 years, 7 years.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, we talked about Aaron once. Fuck, I'm in." Here's what bothers me about him going after Carl like this. Everyone told Carl for like a year and a half to shit on this guy, and Carl wouldn't do it. Carl went out of his way not to fuck with this guy. And then the second Carl says something he doesn't like, or that he hears Carl might have said something he doesn't like, he immediately goes, "Oh, well, that guy's a loser who should quit podcasting and he doesn't sell any tickets." And it's like, okay, well, it's just phony, Aaron. You're a fraud.
What was it that Carl said?
Carl said basically that, so Aaron did this speech. He gave some speech about his divorce and talking about how he was doing things that a father shouldn't be doing. He goes, I realized I did certain things that a father wouldn't be proud of, and I wouldn't want to have to explain to my kids how I could be a father that was doing these things. And so a lot of people took that to mean he was using drugs, because that had been rumored for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron also said, he goes, "Listen, these rumors get out there, people speculate, so if you've heard something about me, it's probably true." He said that, I heard him. So Carl took all of that information and said, okay, so Aaron was probably doing drugs. And Aaron is like, "Wow, you have crossed a line now, my friend."
And he's supposedly clean now?
That's what he said. I get. Well, I don't know, because he's saying that's not true.
Well, if you got clean, sir, congratulations.
Sure. And if you were never doing drugs, congratulations, I guess.
Way to stay strong.
Here's the thing, is like, I don't give a fuck if you were doing drugs. I think part of recovery is probably admitting it, but whatever.
He hasn't hit that step yet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess admitting you have a problem didn't cross your mind, but sure.
An alleged problem that we don't know if it's true.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe that proves he does.
But here he is with the emergency.
Oh, good.
Carl had an emergency broadcast.
Yeah, we heard
This
it.
can't wait, you
What a homo.
guys. Whoa. I am putting aside so many. Go mow the fucking lawn. Jesus Christ. Be a man.
What does that
I
mean?
need to have an emergency broadcast. To
Wait,
paraphrase,
you have to do that now. You have to mow the lawn and be a man.
Harmon gonna jump out the window?
to paraphrase Jim Florentine. What are you, 6? Oh my God. No offense, Carl. It sounds fucking gay. Like,
Oh, can I ask Aaron, just because I've got my gay meter out, is it less gay if the lawn is already mowed?
Yeah.
If he did that and still had time to kill, would that be less gay of him?
That'd be significantly less gay.
Go mow the lawn. What does that mean?
Get some dirt on your face.
I've never heard that. Go mow the lawn.
I've also never heard the wood paneling one too. Oh no. Another comparison.
No, that's true.
God.
Is mowing the lawn the mark of a man? I don't know.
You know, I'd rather just pay someone to do it.
I don't know. You think Dana White mows his own lawn? You know?
Probably not. He's pretty gay.
really gay.
No, offense, Carl.
What
offense?
No, whatever you said about me cannot be more offensive than an emergency broadcast is gay. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Oh my God, he really did stick. I thought we were just joking, but he just sticks with that's gay for quite some time.
Yeah, you know, he's like it's actually gay. Like,
You know, I'm a man who loves a gay joke. You know,
sure.
that seems excessive.
Well, again, I think the reason you call it an emergency show is like it equates to a bonus show. You know.
You know what? Some might say that bitching about lighting is way gayer.
Oh, this lighting just won't do. Anyways, Carl is super gay.
I look like a fucking mess in this lighting.
Oh my God, am I getting fat? Anyways, who's the homo that was talking about me?
I look like a ghoul.
Oh, this lighting is doing nothing for my features. Anyways, who is this bitch? Yes, Aaron. This is all very gay of us. We're all gossipy little queens. But stop acting like you're above it.
Right on the heels of bitching about lighting. You know what's gay? Doing a show.
We're all gay, you know?
That's right.
Certainly when compared to men who mow lawns.
That's straight as hell.
Yeah. Ask Andrew Augustus, my buddy.
Jeez. Definitely straight as hell.
Straight as an arrow. Yeah. All right. Is there any more, Aaron?
Yep. This is destroyed.
Oh no. All right. Well, I hope he's doing all right. I think he talks about our boys ROTC here.
Yes.
Someone left in the comments that Mersh destroyed me.
Wait,
I'd like to announce.
Oh, hold on. How dare this smug producer laugh at that? Mersh literally destroyed this man. This guy wept for an hour and a half because Mersh left a comment.
I don't know if it was the same guy as before. Is the producer sometimes remote?
Oh, okay. You know what? Then maybe I'm jumping it. I'm sorry. I might sound like an idiot here. Maybe it's a different guy.
Could be. Could be.
All right. I revoke everything. You guys in the comments, let me know.
This is me destroyed. I have been destroyed.
This is the same as you before you were destroyed.
Oh, was it? Oh, well, I've been told I'm destroyed.
Boy.
Boy, they're very literal guys, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it was an emergency when Mersh destroyed me. Well, no, not literally. No one thought like he dismembered you physically.
Left a grenade in their glove box.
Like they just meant he shit on you pretty brutally. And probably by destroyed, they meant Mersh shit on you in a way that you won't really be able to come back from. And you're talking about his language. So I think they might have been kind of right.
No, you literally are the same.
Am I destroyed? Do I have holes in me? Stigmata, maybe?
Mersh
Can't tell
says
the
you
lighting's
were.
pretty terrible, so I can't quite make it out.
Don't you dare.
No. Mersh didn't say I was destroyed.
Oh, who did?
Somebody came into the comments and said Mersh destroyed me.
Oh, okay.
Boy, these guys, I gotta say, to the commenters, I love all of you. It helps the show when you comment.
Mhm.
But I don't think you want me to put this much stock in your words, do you? Like, Jesus Christ. Everything is, the information he's going on is from the commenters. Like, everything he talks about is based on the comments. Aaron, let your hair down a little. Have some fun. Jesus.
Play the sound and react to it.
Yes. Yeah, play Carl and Mersh talking about you and have a response.
I don't feel destroyed.
God, the internet sucks.
Isn't it just retarded? It's so gay and retarded.
Everybody gets along, and then like
You guys, hold on. Where was this show broadcast?
It's on the internet, Mike.
Oh, okay, good. But you guys, please in the comments, because I'll take them very seriously.
The comments
I
on
mean-
cable TV.
Let me know. Aaron's never shit on anyone on his show, has he?
Has he?
I really hope not. I hope Aaron's never made fun of anyone, because that would be a real loser. Actually, I think it would be pretty gay of him.
Quite gay.
If he's ever made fun of anyone or insulted anybody, that would be super gay.
It's pro wrestling.
What fucking happened? Calm down.
I hope that's the guy that cried.
At this point, Aaron's just like, I really miss my wife. Get this guy off the show.
Well, Aaron's handling it well, so that's good. All right.
That's good. Let's
We're
go.
done.
Let's go to the next episode.
Oh,
See what,
all right. I guess he talked about more about Mersh and Carl.
yeah.
Good nighttime, evening. Hello. Welcome to the program. It's Steel Toe. I shouldn't have worn black.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, note to self. Nighttime, little more lighting. Morning time, solid. We got it.
This guy loves lighting.
The lighting in the morning looks fabulous.
Yeah, no, you're right. Carl's totally gay. Anyways. What's the best wardrobe for this lighting?
I'm little more light time, if you will.
Ugh.
Hold on. Let's hear the man who's calling other people gay. What did he just say?
Yeah, you heard him.
Could you go back a little bit? I'm sorry.
Morning time, solid. We got it. Nighttime, a little more light time. If you
Ooh, that's fun.
A little more light time. Anyways, Carl's pretty fucking gay.
Nighttime is the light time. Anyways, isn't Carl a gay bitch, everybody?
Anyways, hold on. I got one more clip from the show after this where he talks about Carl some more.
Okay, good. Let's close.
little vacation, didn't I? Oh my, don't I look tan?
Oh, you.
I know the camera looks like shit, by the way.
No.
We did some fixes. I think you'll notice some lighting fixes so far. Shadows a little fainter. We moved the table out a little more.
Enough about the lighting.
Now, I will say this. This is the best the lighting has looked.
Well, thank God.
So it might be over.
Hopefully that puts an end to the lighting saga. Holy shit. Oh, well, best of luck to Aaron and all his lighting endeavors. I just imagine arguments between him and April, where April's like, "You're never gonna fix that lighting." It's like, "I knew you never believed in me, you bitch." When are you gonna give up and fix the heating? Not till the lighting's done.
That is so funny, though, that he's calling Carl gay while bitching about the lighting for a week and a half.
That is very funny. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that is very funny.
I'm in tune with gay jokes.
I understand. Yes, you're an expert.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, make sure you check out blindmike.net if you wouldn't mind. If you like segments like that, then support this show, like, comment, all that. Leave a comment, and I will really dwell on it. And I'll come back next week, and it might be all I talk about.
You guys, the mic's away from my mouth this time. Like, I don't know what the fuck it would be.
All right, is this better, everyone?
Notice how it doesn't sound as good when he does that, everybody?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the issue. Yeah, go to blindmike.net, support the show. We appreciate you. Let's get into a couple other quick topics here. Before what's that? Oh, shit. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. So, week ago. Is that about right? Do I have the right timeline? About a week ago?
You check. I think roughly.
Roughly a week ago. Oh, you know what? It was before the last episode. I forgot to mention it. So maybe a little over a week ago. A helper of the show. I won't expose anyone unless they want to be exposed.
Wednesday, May 8th.
Okay. So someone who contributes to this program in various back alley ways, shall we say, you know?
Yep.
Sort of the Blind Mike Project hitman, if you will.
Yep.
He reaches out to me and he says, "Listen, I've been going back and forth with Coach HP and I think he might do your show." I said, "Really? That's interesting." And I don't know if I would want to have Coach HP on, because like with Tom Myers, there's things I'm interested in talking to him about. Richard Ojeda, same thing. Mm-hmm. Coach HP, I don't know if I would want to have him on necessarily. So I was like, okay, let me think about it. And he goes, "Well, the good news is he's going to be reaching out to Craig." I gave him Craig's info. So we'll reach out to Craig instead of you. I said, okay, good. Craig calls me, which is rare.
And this, by the way, this exchange that you're talking about was not brought to my attention.
Yeah. So just I got like a panicked phone call. Like, "Hey, are you messaging me?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Do you have anything to do with this?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he tells me Coach HP messaged him. I was like, okay, I knew about this.
It was a text I got that, just judging by the words, I knew it was him.
Okay. So can you read me that exchange?
Sure. Wednesday, May 8th, 1:10 p.m. I receive a text from a number I do not have.
Mm-hmm.
"Mike, what's up, bro? Let me know whenever you get some minutes to talk, Coach HP."
Okay, interesting. All right.
So that's when I called you. It was right after that.
Yeah. So you respond and say what?
I said, "Hey man, this is Craig, Mike's producer." He says, "What's up, Craig? Sorry, bro. I thought you were Mike. Have him hit me up."
Okay, so Craig asked me about this, and I said, just say you handle the show's booking, because I don't want to, why muddy the waters? If he wants to come on, we'll figure out a way to get him on. So I tell Craig that. Go ahead.
I say, "No problem, man. Is there any message I can pass along? I usually handle his bookings." In positive, Coach HP responds,
Yep.
"No, man. Just have him reach out."
Okay, so I say to Craig, that's very odd.
Yes.
Because what if he wants to do the show, why wouldn't he just get booked on the show? Why does he need to go through me?
I think I have theories.
Now, if he had here's the thing. If he had my number and I was like, talk to my producer, I can get him being annoyed at that.
Yeah.
He already had your number. He was talking to you.
Right. Because
someone
the Blind Mike Project Hitman you were referring to said it was your number and gave him mine.
Before I give you my theories, before I give you what happened, what are your theories?
My theories are, and I actually know this for a fact because I actually got a DM from someone.
Okay, me too. Then I think we talked to the same person. Yeah.
Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That was my theory, and it was proven right that he became familiar with some segments we've done and was not too pleased.
Yeah. So Coach HP, and so another listener or viewer reached out to Coach HP and said I think he said you should have Blind Mike on your show.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the exact.
Oh, good.
Exchange.
Okay. Good.
Oh shit, where'd it go? Someone said to him, "Coach HP, I love your show. You should check out Blind Mike. I think we would be great on the Coach HP show. His story of overcoming blindness and working his way into media world is wonderful. He has a personal friendship with Shane Gillis, Big Cat, Dave Portnoy, Tom Myers, and Kevin Clancy." He told me.
I want to be clear. I'm not friends with any of these people.
he also is aware of that, but he assumed that Coach HP is a star.
Oh, I know. I'm alerting the people. I'm not sending people to say that.
Right. And then Coach HP responds saying, "LOL, the guy trashed me for 3 straight episodes, my man, but the ball is in his court. I sent him my number 2 days ago and have not heard back."
So here's where I ask the people, what do I do here?
Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a pleasant exchange at this point.
But here's the thing. I don't want to record him without his knowledge, obviously.
Right.
I don't have any interest in doing this on the phone.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, this has to be recorded.
So, I would have him on the show. I don't want to have a private phone call with him.
Maybe we could do we'll record it. We won't be live, and he'd have to convince us if he didn't want it out and make it good.
But he won't come on the show. He won't deal with you.
I think he wants you to book him.
But my fear is he starts having it out with me. If he and I have any exchange at all, it becomes not. Then I have to explain what kind of show we do and all, through text. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
I don't think we should interact at all before we do a show together.
Right. My other theory is he wants to call you. You know how he's man of positivity.
Yeah.
I don't think that call is going to be that positive, and he doesn't want that.
That was my thought. Is that I don't think we'd get I don't think we'd get Coach HP. I think we'd get whoever the real guy is.
Right.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Leave in the comments. Should I reach out to Coach HP, have him on? Again, I'm not interested in a phone call with the guy. I would want to have him on the show, but
he's gonna trash the fuck out of you on a phone call,
which I'm fine with. But I'd rather he do it on the air,
which he doesn't want because it'll hurt his image.
His image.
You know, his most positive place, most positive place on the internet, man.
I understand. Yeah. No, that's very interesting that he wants to do it with me in private. Makes you think I was really wrong about saying he was kind of a phony. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah,
Maybe you guys become friends and you'll actually like talk shit about Scott's tables or something.
that'd be fun. Well, here's the thing. He's like, oh, he trashed me 3 episodes in a row, which I don't think is true. We usually put some space between them. But
There's been more than 3 episodes of that's just for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like, how do you listen to us talking about him and Scott's table and not understand the absurdity of that? Like, if I did an interview with a guy that made, I don't know, Jim Norton's furniture for him, maybe the interview would mean a lot to me, and I really enjoyed it. But I would also understand how people could make fun of that.
What did that couch feel like?
Jim, when you had a trans hooker on that couch, tell me the feeling against your bare cheeks.
And he was like, "What do you mean, my honeymoon?"
All right. Yeah. So I don't know. That's our Coach HP update. We'll see how that goes.
It was I was walking into the office and my phone vibrates and I look at it and I go, "Oh my god."
Hey, Mike, it's your coach. Yeah. So shout out Coach HP. Maybe we'll get him on, or maybe I'll have a very angry phone call with him.
Might.
Or maybe we're misreading the guy. Who knows? But I didn't get that sense.
Might just want to have a man-to-man conversation. That's all peaceful.
Sure. All right. Let's get into some of these quicker topics before we get to our main course, if you will.
Okay.
Well, what should we start with? Craig, it's your day, so I'll let you pick.
All right, we got Lauren Compton.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
This was weird. Someone alerted me to this. Now,
some
a lot of
people
people
saying you're white knighting for your new fling here.
Oh, not even close. You think that's the angle I'm taking?
No, not at all.
So I was on Lauren Compton's show. That is my girl, by the way. Lauren Compton was great. Had a great time with her. Very fun show to do. I will say one bit of feedback I heard, though, was that she was fake laughing. That no one could possibly laugh like that at my jokes.
Guess.
I submit into evidence Exhibit A.
Okay, this is a terrific angle to take.
Lauren doesn't laugh at everything. I assure you.
Now, my next guest from Encino Man, Biodome, Son-in-Law. He has a YouTube series called Hooray for Pollywood. Give it up for Pauly Shore. Why are you hiding
I don't
from
know what you're talking about. My name is not Pauly Shore. My name is Hanks Schwinta, and I've been smashing and grabbing here all week. Thank God, and letting me hide inside your studio so no one can find me in here. I smash, I grab, and no one puts me in jail because it's a democratic society, and you can get away with whatever the fuck you want to get away with now.
So you're single.
That didn't get the fucking laugh that I thought it would.
That's okay.
Good for Lauren. Jesus Christ.
So you're single is a terrific response to that.
Lauren's like, well, I don't know what the fuck that was, but
It's okay.
you know, so all you people that said Lauren was just being polite by laughing at me the way she did, I'm telling you, she does. At least I didn't do this.
Come out and sometimes
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I know that last.
Can I hold on? Rewind just a little bit because I want to hear that. But can I empathize with Pauly Shore a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
The man took a risk, and for some reason started with, I don't know, a Russian accent.
What was going for like Mexican cartel or something? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's very a bizarre choice.
Mm-hmm.
But as Hackride, I forgot to say this. I should give Hackride credit for this. When the show ended last week, it was like silent for a second, and he goes, "Well, sometimes you got to take big swings, you know." And I thought that was very funny.
It was after it went off the air.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But so I guess that's what Pauly Shore is doing. So I do feel bad for him. The idea of taking that risk and getting fucking nothing, like that is a bomb.
That is a bomb.
And Lauren, like, kidding aside, Lauren will be a generous laugher. And she's just like, so your dating life. Which is good for her for not playing along with that, by the way. Like, because that was weird.
You feel a lot better?
I do. I'm like, okay, there's a floor on this thing.
Hey, Pauly.
No, it's okay. Sometimes I come out and sometimes
it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I know that last interview didn't fucking work for you for sure. Fucking message to Rick Glassman. Don't do any more fucking podcasts, especially with pretty girls, dude. You should just do with fucking your comedian friends, smoke your weed, and stay out of fucking Austin, Texas.
For some reason, taking a shot at Rick Glassman, who's a great podcaster, by the way.
Not according to Pauly.
A very weird start to this episode. And now you can tell Lauren's genuine laugh. Maybe the podcast with Rick was weird, because now you hear what her laugh sounds like.
Right. He struck a nerve there with that comment.
But boy, was that an epic bomb he came out with. There were a couple other clips I found interesting from the start of this episode of First Date.
Like dick size.
Yeah, this is like a weird comment. Like, people have accused, a lot of the comments I got were that I was the first guest not to be overtly staring at Lauren's tits, which is funny. So I'm sure she gets that a lot. I don't know if I've heard just overt, like, hitting on her like this.
Here, you want to see how big my penis is? Here.
No,
I'm not going to take it.
Lauren's killing it in this interview, by the way.
It really is. No.
Take it out, but
Pauly.
you can tell by the hand.
No weasel.
It's the Wista.
Here, you want to see how big my penis is? Here.
no.
I'm not going to take it out, but you can tell by the hands.
Oh, how do you tell by the hands?
Well, if you touch someone's hand, then you could say if it's a big hand, it's a big penis.
Okay.
So look, my
Boy,
hand.
that's a fresh take.
Oh no.
It goes like underneath your hand, and you
But
got
you're
really small
cheating.
hands.
Your palm is like
I
all the way
know.
below the chair.
I know. No, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
What's happening? I don't know if Pauly Shore was ever funny, but like, is he going through something?
I feel like this is just him.
Is this how he always is on podcasts? I don't really know.
I don't. This level of weird, yes, or maybe not this level, but like in the ballpark.
Oh, all right, okay. Well, it stuck out to me because someone messaged me and it was like, "You might want to check out your girl Lauren Compton's podcast. I think she might have been like kidnapped after the show or something. Like, I don't know what Pauly's doing."
That's possible.
I do think part of it is definitely that Lauren is an attractive woman, that he's behaving like this.
Correct. He's trying to show off or something.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem to be working.
Nope, it didn't work at all, actually. But he's her good luck charm. He's about to tell her all about it.
Yeah, so this is where, like, now maybe he feels the tension in the air, and he's like, actually, like, me and Lauren are very good friends. He really proves that.
I'm your good luck charm, right?
Are you? Why?
You know why? Because we met a long time ago, and I was the first comic that you actually really met here in Austin at Soho.
We
Right?
did meet at Soho.
Yeah, but we were friendly. We became friends, and then you weren't doing this.
No, I wasn't.
At that time, you were trying to figure your shit out.
Mm-hmm.
You were like on TikTok. You're like, look at my TikTok. Just FYI, I'm the one who fucking discovered her. So all this other bullshit, all of a sudden she slid in here and she's interviewing comedians and shit. She wasn't doing shit before she fucking met me.
God, thank
She was
God for
just-
you.
Oh,
She was just a
Can
pretty.
I say, so, like, Dave Portnoy discovered me, and Kirk is the reason. I always say, if you're listening to this podcast, it's because of Kirk Minahan. Those two guys, I would say I owe a lot. They didn't just meet me once and then never talk to me. I'm sure they would like to have, but the point is, like, they gave me opportunities that led to me doing this. You know, Pauly
she
Shore
didn't-
is just saying you met me once and then your career got better years later.
So you didn't meet Kirk and he didn't go, hey, you should do stuff. And that was it.
No, actually, he let me on his show.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's actually like a paper trail. If you want to say I owe a lot to Kirk Minahan, there's evidence of that.
So
It's not
he's,
just you met me once.
he's your good luck charm.
I suppose so. Yeah.
House
Yeah.
on her TikTok. We were hanging out. There's nothing sexual. It wasn't like that. We were home. We were homies, you know, homies, right?
Yep,
And then I
you-
took you to Terry Black's, and then that guy fucking snuck in with this fucking
Great guy, by
barbecue.
the way. Shout out Mark. Shout
Oh,
out
look
Terry
at this
Black.
barbecue sauce I've got here. Rotating on my barbecue sauce, and then he slid in. Then I come back. I'm like, "Yo, babe, let's go get some like Szechuan
Ugh.
dumplings or something." You're like, Spatch. I'm with the Terry Black guy, bro. Take a hike, and that's it. Now she's got her own fucking talk.
So
That,
he
by the way,
was-
is right after he says nothing sexual.
he called her babe and was pissed that someone else slid in. And
He was clearly trying to fuck her, and he's like, I met you. It was nothing sexual other than the fact that I was trying to bang you.
It wasn't sexual because you didn't allow it.
It wasn't sexual on your part only. What a weird way. Like, that's where you do have to empathize with women a little bit. That's something guys don't have to deal with at all.
Yep.
The idea that if you look like Lauren, like someone like Pauly Shore is just always thinking of fucking. Like, you just can't have a conversation with someone like that.
No.
So,
Unfortunately, no.
yeah, very weird Pauly. I didn't listen to the rest. I got those couple of clips and I was like, I can't do Pauly anymore. But I will say Lauren does a good show. You should check it out. She does a lot of comedians I like on there. So Norman Jolist, Blind Mike,
Rick Glassman.
Rick Glassman apparently. Yeah. I'll have to listen to that one. I haven't heard it yet.
Do you want to go Jim Breuer, Bill Mahr, or
Oh
Dan
shit!
Soder?
Yeah, let's do this Jim Breuer thing. You said you heard about this a while ago, right? I think it came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Were a lot of people talking about this? I wasn't aware.
It was going around, but as you'll hear, it's like a weird thing to say. So I don't know how much stock people took in it.
Oh, I don't know if I'm putting any stock in it. It was just kind of sad to watch what Jim Breuer is doing now.
Yeah.
So Jim Breuer is one of these guys like Rob Schneider that has like dedicated his life to the right. He's a guy that like got popular for things during COVID, and even though that has kind of died down now, that's what he's hanging on to. Which like Jim Breuer, I liked him a lot when I was a kid. I feel like I kind of grew out of his comedy,
Mhm.
but like he's not an unfunny guy, certainly.
Jim Breuer is upper echelon radio guest.
He had a lot of great stories on O&A and Stern, I remember.
He has one of the funniest stories about hanging out with Lars Ulrich, the drummer of Metallica, that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and we played his great Norm story too.
Yeah.
About Norm and Chris Kattan.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got a lot. He's a great storyteller. He's a funny guy, but for some reason he's got sucked into this right wing rabbit hole. Like I don't give a fuck if you get right wing or left wing. I don't care which rabbit hole you go down. But when you get to this level on either side, it's tough to watch. Where he's on with Roseanne and they're talking about Dave Chapelle, and this is just weird. Like, why is he doing this?
What happened between you two? Did you fall out? Or did you just go different ways?
No. We I think different ways, but I'll put something out there that I don't know if when we were filming we were filming a movie, and he also had a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
From HBO and or not HBO, Comedy Central and all this shit, right?
The worst bunch of people on earth.
Horrid.
Mhm.
He then, while he was on the show, when it was blowing up, and we remember the Aspen Comedy Festival? I don't know.
Yeah, that was fun. I did that too.
He came there and he was freaked out.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on? And all I could say is he was visited.
Yeah. That's what I think too.
And when he told me who visited him, my heart stops for a second. I'm like, get the fuck. And I'll never forget, he went, you believe me, right? You believe me, Jim, right? And I could, he's like, they came to me. And he said the names. I'm like, get the fuck. And what happened? And then all of a sudden he went to Africa.
Yeah, that's what I remember happening. But they never really said what happened.
Hold on. Did I miss something? He said while they were filming Half Baked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he say that at the beginning?
They're filming a movie. He changed it to a movie.
Well, I mean, they did Half Baked together.
Right.
That was 1998. That doesn't make any sense.
Did they do another movie after that together?
I mean, it never came out. If they did, I've never heard of it.
What he's saying here, he's basically insinuating the Illuminati.
I was able to pick up on that subtlety.
Yeah.
Well, so this happened. Dave Chapelle is visited by the Illuminati, or some name, like some crazy name that Jim Breuer. He'll tell the whole story, but he won't say that for some reason. And Dave Chapelle tells Jim Breuer and nobody else.
They were close.
That close?
I think so. Before he got like super mega famous.
I don't know. He put him in one movie. And they did that Home Improvement spinoff together.
Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know.
I forgot about that. That was years before. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem that to me doesn't make any sense. The next thing I think is even crazier.
Well, let me get the next clip up here.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Correct me in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong about the timeline. But if they're talking about filming Half Baked together, that's 5-6 years before he left Chapelle show.
So this, well, he said that when they were
also the Illuminati, like we need to. Rick James can't keep having his opinions out there.
It was more like he's getting too famous. He basically needs to go to a Diddy party to get knocked back down on the level.
Why though? Chapelle wasn't like at that level.
Not yet. He was on the rise though.
He wasn't talking about a lot of political. Like he was talking about race, but
and in Jim Breuer's defense, he said he was visited during that time.
Chapelle show was amazing. In my opinion, it's the best sketch comedy show ever. It was on at 10 at night on Comedy Central.
Right.
It was, you know what I mean? Like, did the Illuminati need to take care of him?
They're basically like, don't go against us. They might have been making. He might have been making fun of people they didn't want being made fun of or something.
It sounds a little far fetched to me, but this is where he reels me back in. Now I'm on board after.
This is where I go. I could see that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And so when I saw him come back, there was a lot less communication, and maybe he just grows, whatever. But I can honestly say, and maybe I'm crazy and I am crazy for saying this. Mm-hmm. When I saw him completely come back, I really questioned if that was him.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that's.
And I know that's really crazy.
I think those same things, yeah.
That's when you should really think it's crazy, when Roseanne's like, absolutely, yes.
See, the thing that's different, though, is like, he's like, I'm fully aware of how this sounds.
I guess. But what we needed Dave Chapelle to come back so badly that they killed the real Dave Chapelle and brought back an impersonator who is jacked with a much raspier voice.
Yes. Well, take all those cigarettes.
But that's the thing is, the new guy might not have smoked cigarettes. He would have had to start smoking cigarettes, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It's like, I listen to that and I'm like, this is Goat Boy, right? This is the guy who told the Pizza Man story on Opie and Anthony. Wacky, fun guy. The fuck is he doing? Yeah, the Illuminati killed Dave Chapelle and replaced him. You know, I understand. I don't believe the theories that say like Biden is a body double and all that shit. But I understand why the powers that be would do that. Why they wouldn't want to cause concern by Joe Biden dying or something.
Right.
What would be when Chappelle's show was on the air? What would the Illuminati's interest in Dave Chapelle be?
Maybe he wasn't going to the kid fucking parties.
Yeah, well,
they were running him out of town.
I guess. I don't know. Very weird. As a guy that liked Jim Breuer when I was a kid, it's weird to see what he's up to now. So I hope he's all right. You know.
Yeah. Do you want to go Bill Burr and Bill Mahr or Dan Soder?
Oh yeah.
And Quin?
These will be quick, but let's real quick do Bill Burr was on Bill Mahr recently. And we didn't really get a chance to talk about the Unfrosted movie.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, well, you're lucky. What's your opinion of Jerry Seinfeld before having seen the movie?
So the most I've talked about him recently has been on Jerry's show. So I'm like, yeah, this guy's all right.
Okay. Yeah, then maybe don't watch the movie, you know? Preserve that opinion of him.
So as we're about to see, though, because Burr's going to talk about it, it makes me go, I bet this movie's better than everyone's making it sound.
Okay. Well, good for you. I've seen it.
Oh, have you? You can see? Is that the joke, right?
No.
Is that not it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Just saying I've watched a movie.
Yeah, no, I've heard nothing but awful, terrible, horrible things. The cameo I heard was in this movie is stunning.
Oh my God. I'll just say it. I don't give a fuck. It's Don Draper and Roger Sterling.
Which that is a wild
of Mad Men fame. And there's literally no like, so just out of nowhere, Jim Gaffigan goes like, we need a marketing team. You know what? And like, keep in mind, it takes place in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Gaffigan goes, I know a couple of ad men.
Oh God.
And I swear, so the Warthog texted me and said like, brace yourself for a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was ready for it. And when he said ad men, I tensed up. I cringed. Like I contorted my body in a way that protected me from what was about to happen. And then Draper and Sterling come on screen.
Now this
and
movie,
it's an atrocity.
This movie wasn't purposely this terrible.
That's what I can't figure out. That's what I have to watch it again to figure that out, because like I think the jokes are bad, and that's what makes this Bill Burr clip so interesting. So Bill Burr was on with Bill Mahr, and Bill Burr is not in the movie that much. He plays John F. Kennedy, and he has a couple scenes, like they do very obvious JFK references.
Does he get shot in the movie?
I mean, no, at the end, like the wrap up, they make like they tie the serial into this is a Zapruder film.
Oh, good.
They're like, wait, actually, so and so was on the grassy knoll that day. It's like,
oh, I might like
nice.
this movie. This sounds absolutely terrible.
It is. It's up your. If anyone I know is going to like it, the Warthog liked it. If that gives you any indication,
which makes me think I will like it, because
I think you might.
It's so bad, it's good, but hopefully on purpose.
Yeah, the Warthog enjoyed it, which is sad for me to admit. But yeah, it's very like, if the jokes are bad on purpose or whatever, I just didn't get it, because it seemed like very ham-handed serial jokes. Like, here's what I'll give it. If I had a kid that was, I don't know, 5 or 6,
mm-hmm.
and they put this on, I'd be like, oh, that's good kids programming. You know?
That's how I feel about the Super Mario movie. I actually like that movie.
But it's for children, right? The Super Mario movie is for children, isn't it?
Correct. But it's for, I mean, it is, but it's also like adults are the ones that are going to have the nostalgia for it.
Well, here's what was weird about Unfrosted. It was rated PG-13. So they're literally saying like little kids shouldn't, it's too edgy for them.
Was there any jokes in it that you were like, kids shouldn't see that?
Not a single one that I can recall. I don't think they curse.
I can't wait I'm going to watch it this weekend.
Please do. Yeah, it'll be great to get your review 3 weeks late.
When no one's doing it. It's the difference.
But for some reason, Bill Burr is out promoting this movie. And Bill Mahr. And here's what's interesting. When Seinfeld was on Neil Brennan's podcast,
mm-hmm.
Neil was like, oh, the movie's hilarious. That's just what Neil felt like he had to say. I don't have a problem with that, really.
It's also,
I don't know why you go to those lengths of saying it was hilarious, but
it's Seinfeld.
It's Seinfeld. That's if you're in comedy and you're under 50 years old, you know, that's your idol, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's Seinfeld. I get it. I'm kind of surprised Bill Mahr went to these lengths, which makes me think like maybe Bill Mahr really liked this movie.
I know you were very good as Jack Kennedy in the Seinfeld movie.
Oh, thank you.
That was perfect.
I had a great, wasn't that a great movie?
So good.
I loved it.
And you know
Bill
what?
Burr even says it as if he says it in the way like when you're dating a crazy girl.
He's saying it like, please just say something nice about this.
Oh, isn't she terrific? Like, yeah, no, she was really cool, right? Like you guys, hey, she behaved herself tonight, right?
It was like the don't shit on this. I'm not going to go along with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wasn't it a great movie?
Ugh, tough.
To say, and Jerry was here just a few days ago. I heard terrible things about it. To be honest, I don't know why.
Here's why. This is why I don't think Bill Maher's bullshitting. Because why would he have brought that up? You know,
this show is actually quite good.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah. I've seen a little bit of it, just like pulling clips for podcasts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like the idea that he just like gets you relaxed. It's almost like the anti-Rogan, where Rogan has you in to like have a serious conversation.
Yeah.
Bill Maher has been doing that for so many years on TV that he's doing the opposite with the podcast. So I kind of like that. But yeah, I think this is genuine Bill Maher, because why would he bring up the reviews of it? You know,
Right.
Younger people didn't know some of the references.
I don't think they even saw it yet. I don't know where that came from.
I saw it,
and then I watched it. I was like, wow. Not only is the concept so genius, the juxtaposition of the most beautiful thing in the world.
Maybe it is. Maybe we have to watch it again.
I gotta watch it again now. Bill Maher, you're fucking me. I'll admit this too, because I'm gonna try and give it a second chance. I was so mad. Like, I think the first 5 minutes are so exactly what you think they're gonna be.
Oh no.
That it enraged me. And so I did watch the rest of the movie through that lens.
I feel like
so here's an example of a joke in it. There are these two kids that like rummage through the dumpsters outside the cereal factory.
Yeah.
And one kid goes, hey, I found these Rice Krispie treats coating a marshmallow. It was really good. And the other kid goes, it's a real treat.
Rice Krispie treat.
You got it, buddy.
See,
Here's you laughing. Why aren't you laughing?
Because it's a sad realization where I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this movie.
Yeah. So, Bill, I'll give it this, and this is where I'm trying to have an open mind. Bill Burr says maybe people didn't get the references. There is one. Someone mentioned a joke. I forget what it was even, but it was very visual. So like maybe I missed a lot of visual gags or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I picked up on a lot of the references.
Now, answer me this.
Yeah.
On the whole, by everyone in the movie, is it overacted?
No, the acting is not what I had an issue with.
Damn it.
I don't think Seinfeld's like great.
He never was.
But like I like if it was good writing, I would have said like Amy Schumer was not bad.
True. Is there anyone that
True,
looks
you haven't seen
good?
it.
Is there no? I mean like true. Like you would have said something along that. I didn't. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the movie you didn't have a problem with?
What do you mean? I didn't have a problem with any individual in the movie.
Sorry, was there anyone in the movie that you were like, that was good?
Oh. No.
Oh God.
You know what? Roger Sterling. I forget the actor's name that plays him, because he only had like one line, and it was a little Rogery. So I was like, okay, I don't give a shit about that.
So they said admin because they legally can't say madmen.
I don't even know about that. It was just I meant I don't even know if it was ad men. They meant in advertising, whatever it was. Yeah.
I think I'm still high hopes still.
Breakfast cereal with all that stuff that was going on in the 60s, NASA and the Cold War, all that.
But what's funny is the battle that Kellogg's and Post, it's the same battle that people are fighting with the Army. I loved all of that. I also loved when they went to the grocery store when Post and Kellogg's are racing to get their Pop-Tarts there. Did you notice one truck was a Ford, one was a Chevy?
No, I did not.
Like there was a lot of like little things in there.
Hold on. So I get that they're competitors. Why is that funny?
I think it's more cute.
I don't get he's like, yeah, no, like the cereal companies were competing like it was war. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what business is like, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
That being Bill Burr's example is not leaving me feeling good about my
It's
previous
tough, right?
statement.
Yeah.
My previous
Hey,
statement.
one truck was a Ford and the other was now the movie is hilarious.
Not good. Not good.
There were, but what's funny is treating it as if it was the end of the world, the space.
Yes,
that's what was funny. And Khrushchev, that it was important to the Cuba, the Cold War, El Sucre, all that stuff, and the pacing. For a first-time director, I thought I loved that about it. That it just moved.
Comedians make good directors, though.
Yeah. Well, he's joking about him. So he directed his movie. He was kidding. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Well, they do end up having a good conversation about Louis, I thought.
Oh yeah, this turned things around for me. This is where Bill Maher gets me back on his side.
Future in filmmaking, very much like Louis C.K., but without
Yeah,
the
but Louis just making movies on his own.
I know.
Did you see that one?
I loved it.
That 4th of July with Joe List?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was
No,
fantastic.
Joe List.
Don't get me started on that, but isn't it time everyone just went, okay, it wasn't a cool thing to do, but it's been long enough, and welcome back to the
took
world.
$50 million from him. I think they punished him.
Enough. Not every. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's not the end of the world. People have done so much more worse things and gotten less. There's no rhyme or reason to the Me Too type punishments.
Away, boys. They got me back on your side. You see, I guess Louis got back on stage. He hasn't done stand-up in over a year. I guess he was at the Comedy Cellar last week.
Oh, really? I didn't know he took time off.
Oh, yeah. Took over a year off.
No kidding.
I think he's making a movie or something, too.
He's never done that, so I'm curious how the next special will sound.
I bet it's great.
I bet
that does a lot. Well, actually, he did do it. Remember when he kind of had to?
That's true, but that was a little different. I think his mind was focused on one thing.
Yeah.
But here they are talking about cancel culture.
Oh, I forgot there was more. All right, let's hear it.
Up back.
Right.
Yeah, that's when it got weird. But like that's all over. It's all over. That's
what's over. Cancel culture?
Yeah, no one cares anymore.
That's so not true. Either one of them could get canceled in the next 2 minutes.
No. For what?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not doing anything, well, it's just like you did this joke about this group of people or that group of people, and I've decided to. I don't know. I feel like I'm going back 2 years of my life. Like I don't even think about it anymore. Nice ashtray, by the way.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
I like how Bill Burr's just saying that because he knows the "what are you an F" is out there.
I like that Bill Maher is already so fucked up that he's like, isn't it fucking great, man?
This interview ends up getting very uncomfortable. Did you watch the whole thing?
Oh no.
They started talking about the college protests.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw this clip going around, I think.
And Bill Burr was like, "Yeah, I'm on the side of the kids." And Bill Maher, who is a Democrat, like a way left Democrat, is like, "Are you fucking nuts?" Like, that was interesting.
I saw that clip going around. Yeah.
I messaged the Warthog and I said, "What makes Unfrosted good?" I have his response if you'd like to hear it.
All right, fine. He's gonna lie, by the way. Here's the kind of guy the Warthog is, the kind of slippery snake he is.
Mm-hmm.
He told me he thought it was good, and then when I watched it, kind of couched it with like, "Oh no, but I thought like that it was bad is what made it good," like that kind of thing. He's a weasel.
He went into it with zero expectations, especially after the trailer. There were lines that he chuckled at, like the reporter asking von Braun where he was during the early 40s, referencing von Braun and the Nazis. The Univac 2 becoming the Colonel. The movie isn't good, but it's not bad. It's the Kenny Banya of movies.
Kenny Banya was a hack.
Which is a very funny line.
It doesn't make any sense, though. It derails his point.
It's just like the idea of the Kenny Banya of movies.
But yeah, I don't know. Go watch Unfrosted on your own and let me know your feedback. Or let me know if you've seen it. Maybe we'll get a lot of comments that say, "You're way off, Mike. It was actually very good." So
I'm looking forward to watching it because now my expectations are this is going to be the worst movie I've ever seen. So I might.
That's how you should go into it. Absolutely. Because maybe it will exceed those expectations.
So maybe I'll think it's the Kenny Banya movies by the time I'm done.
Does he understand Kenny Banya was a hack? That was the whole point.
Well, the movie's kind of purposely like a hack movie. So that could stand.
I guess. We'll go watch it.
One
other thing I wanted to get to real quick in podcast world, in this evidently podcast review, these quick hits we're doing. Colin Quin was on with Dan Soder, and they had an interesting conversation as well that I wanted to highlight here, because they were talking about gatekeepers in comedy, and this is something we've kind of talked about both on this show and Why You Laughing. The idea that like in comedy, the old Comedy Cellar table, like that had actual value in the comedy community, if you will. And so let's hear CQ and Soder talk about this on Soder.
That's so much. That was the same car rider where he told me my generation was too informed about comedy. And you go, that's what sucks about you guys. You guys know everything that happened. There's no surprises. There's no good stories because you guys all care too much about comedy.
Oh yeah, and that was before podcasts.
Yeah,
remember that was like
it was like 2009
was
or
like
2010
Binghamton or something.
Yeah, we were going up to Binghamton, and you're like, oh, you guys know too much about comedy.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, because we really. Specifically,
you guys studied it. Thank God.
It was like me, List, Morrill,
but it was
Norman.
great because you guys kept the quality, like you kept us honest. Too,
yeah,
I feel like because you guys are like, you know what I mean. The subset of people that really care about comedy benefit from that.
Yeah, because it's quality control.
Yes,
which I think that's a problem with a lot of. Performances now, whether it be like music or acting, or is that there really is no quality control. There's no gatekeepers anymore, which is great for a lot of reasons, but also the quality suffers.
Yeah,
I think that's interesting, and I think that a lot of that, so it kind of mixed with what Bill Mahr and Bill Burr were saying about like cancel culture, is a lot of that stuff coming back. And like, I think a good thing, if there's like a good thing from the whole cancel culture thing that happened for a long time and doesn't seem to be happening as much now, one good thing would be like people aren't as overtly nasty to each other in person. I think they are online, probably worse than they ever were.
Yep.
But like in person, you're not as comfortable being like mean to someone. So in comedy, you don't just fucking destroy someone before they ever attempt a career. But it does, like what Patrice and those guys did was weed out kind of a lot of the weaker people, like people that weren't cut out for doing the road or things like that. People that didn't have the stomach for it. A brittle spirit, as Dave Chapelle would say. So they talk about Patrice and Nick DiPaolo here. So I just thought this was interesting and wanted to play it for you guys real quick.
That was quality control.
Well, that was quality control, but even Keith said it to me just last week. We were on the phone talking, and he goes, we're pussies now. He goes, we needed Patrice and Nick for real quality control.
Yeah.
Because those two, they were mean. They were mean.
Yeah.
But they were quality control. They didn't like me and Keith and even Norton and Bob. We let a lot of shit slide.
Yeah, you know what they were? They were like those dogs, like shepherd dogs.
Yes.
Like how they bite lambs and then they keep them all in line or whatever.
Yes.
Like, no lambs are getting bit right now. Or they're like, fuck. Fuck.
Exactly. We're like shepherds that are kind of like, hey, come on, move.
You're not biting our asses. But like,
you don't realize you need that, but you do need it. Of course, everything does.
Oh, man. Yeah, because
Nick must feel like $1 million hearing that.
Yeah, it's nice to hear something nice about Nick DiPaolo for once, for the first time in a long time, you know?
Right.
I always enjoyed DiPaolo's line. I think it's on the final episode of Tough Crowd when he goes, I'd like to thank Colin for giving the opportunity for the business to see me as Ty Cobb without the baseball skills. I think it's a great description.
His stand-up's so funny. He's so focused on politics now. I don't think we're ever going to get it back.
Yeah, that's tough. And that's like guys like that, guys like DiPaolo are great. And Patrice was like this too. When they focus on like big issues rather than like when DiPaolo gets in the weeds talking about individual stories, it's too much. It's too like, we know your opinion on this. When he talks about like society and stuff, it's better. You know what I mean? But like when he gets in the weeds on some story about Trump or something, it just gets exhausting because we know exactly the angle he's taking. Where if he's talking about bigger picture stuff, we don't necessarily know the angle he's going to take.
Right. I love DiPaolo.
But yeah, I just like those. I would say Colin Quin on Soder is definitely worth checking out if you're a comedy fan because it's a good conversation. So I just wanted to highlight that for those of you that haven't checked it out yet.
So we got two things left. I don't know if you want to get to one of them or it's a song. It's a song.
Oh, shit. That'll hold.
That will hold.
Let's save I mean, they both will.
That's true.
Let's save the song for next week. I'll just say this, that a song we talked about last week, an artist has made another venture into the music business.
Sounds kind of similar.
Yeah. Well, you might be surprised at my take about it, but maybe we'll talk about it next week. But let's dip back into Boogie. And I'll pause for an 11-minute intro if you'd like to play that, please.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Oh, I'm kidding. Stop it. No, wait.
You didn't want it?
No.
Okay.
How long is that, by the way?
2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Like, can you imagine after I already set it up, sitting there for that long and just hearing you, me, and Boogie say, hey, it's Boogie over and over again? Like, what's the point of that?
I have no idea.
Again, on Hack Ride Show, I get it, but
it's very long.
It's a lot.
Like if it was like 30 seconds, I'm like, it's long, but you'll get through it.
Well, here's my question with that is always like, what is it adding to the show? Like, is the show better now because we played that?
Production value, I guess.
Oh, but we don't really do that, right?
Nope.
So I'm saying this show.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So you know what? Shame on me for trying to play it last week because this is really more Craig's wheelhouse. Craig agrees with a lot of the opinions that Boogie has.
Oh, he does it again?
Huh?
He does it again?
Well, I want to wipe last week from everyone's memory. We didn't talk about Boogie last week.
We did not talk about Boogie last week. You're right.
Yeah. So, let's dive into this episode. So, last we left you. I'll set this up again. Last we left you, Boogie was in a club with the likes of Suge Knight and Death Row Records.
That's right.
And it seemed for him there were too many black people, which would seem odd for anyone, I guess, but particularly because Boogie is a person of color. A little unusual. We were kind of kidding around that he's a self-hating black guy. I thought to a large extent that was a joke. But let's start this episode of, I guess there are a few episodes. Shout out to Hack Ride. Hack Ride tipped me off to this. That on the audio feed, there's only one episode of Storytime with Boogie. But he has, this one's not called Storytime. He has it labeled under a different name on YouTube. It seems to be essentially the same format. But let's dive in here to whatever this is.
The Hollywood University Stereo Podcast.
Yes. Yeah, the Hollywood University Stereo Pod. Hold on, let me dissect that for a minute. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
The Hollywood University Stereo Podcast.
I have no idea. Maybe he'll explain it to us.
I'm certain he doesn't, but let's find out.
I am quite positive he doesn't.
What's going on, family? Just getting back from Aspen, Colorado. I gotta be honest with you, I did not want to go. I had no desire to go to Aspen, Colorado.
Now, right off the bat.
What's that?
He's got a Yeti microphone similar to the one that you have.
Okay.
And he's holding it and moving around, and that is not what the sound's coming out of.
Oh, God.
It's coming out of the computer.
Oh, Boogie.
Listen, we family. I'll be honest with you. Wasn't something that I was looking forward to doing.
Why is that, Boog?
I mean, you don't hear a bunch of black people talk about, "I'm finna go to Aspen this weekend." You just don't. And as far as black...
So I was on the next flight.
When I heard that, I was locked in.
I was like, whew, I can bring my jewelry.
Well, here's the thing is, like, last time we talked about Boogie, we were kidding about that because it kind of seemed like that was his take. He's just on Front Street about it, as the kids say.
Is that what they say?
They certainly do, and you're about to hear it.
People are concerned me, just me speaking for me. I judge my safety based upon how many black people gonna be there.
Hold on, Boog. Well, listen, Craig does the same, and maybe what Boogie means is, as a person of color, he wants to be surrounded by his community. That's probably what he means, right?
He'll feel safer, not under a microscope by all the whites.
Yeah. Like, listen, maybe in a white neighborhood, BooG would stand out and feel uncomfortable. As a white guy, I don't know what that's like, so I understand that problem. That's probably what he means.
BooG in a white neighborhood in the snow, he's gonna stand out like a sore thumb.
Well, sure, I suppose.
Any black people? Nah.
Oh wait, you gotta go back. You missed the best part.
Oh.
I hear a bunch of black people talk about, we finna go to Aspen this weekend. You just don't. And as far as black people are concerned, just me speaking for me, I judge my safety based upon how many black people gonna be there. For the good and the bad. If it's too many black people, nah. Kind of black folks is these.
What kind of black folks is these?
What kind? BooG is getting close to saying we need to send some of these people back to a certain place.
Right.
This is wild.
If it ain't enough black folks, nah. Where the fuck we at?
Who's gonna do all the work?
Just real talk. I gauge, and no front, you do that shit too. You do that shit too.
We don't talk about it, BooG. Am I right, Mike?
This would be like, remember when Kanye was on Alex Jones' show, and even Alex Jones was like, "Good Lord."
Yes. Yeah.
Like if BooG sat down with David Duke. Easy, fella. Jesus. That's a little extreme.
David Duke predicted Pearl Harbor, right?
Sure.
It ain't just me. Gotta have the essentials. I'm over here talking. I gotta have that Carmex. That's one way. Listen, when I go to a place like...
Why did he say that?
Why did he say what?
He goes, I gotta have the essentials. I gotta have the Carmex. And he grabs chapstick and then just puts it back down. He doesn't even use it.
The essentials.
It was random.
He's a fascinating guy.
And there's 5 more of these?
3 or 4, maybe 5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
We're in luck.
Black people, I find myself hunting for black folks.
Okay, BooG.
Okay.
All right, listen.
All right.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
Now that seems troublesome.
No, hold on. Go back just a little bit because I want to hear him say that again. But he doubles down. You might think it's probably not what we're thinking, but listen to him elaborate.
Listen, when I go to a place like when there's not a lot of black people, I find myself hunting for black folks. Not like hunting, like I want to go talk and be cool with them.
No. What? Whoa, wait a minute. What?
No. Exactly what you thought I was saying.
I thought for sure, BooG, you meant not literally hunting, like the most dangerous game. I thought you meant like finding men of similar ilk that you could bond with. But thank you. No, rest assured, that's not what I meant.
No, I mean, I'm going to kill them.
Are there any more black people here?
Show yourselves!
This is seriously Clayton Bigsby, but like he can see.
It's crazy.
I saw a couple, but it was like that whole first day, I ain't seen nobody.
Oh, what a mecca that was.
I saw a couple, but they were wearing sweater vests, so it was fine.
they were getting my car for me.
I describe it as, you ever been pouring a bowl of Frosted Flakes and that extra dark crispy flake come out? That's how I felt in Aspen.
Fucking holy fuck. He's just saying it stood out.
Okay. All right.
This is my favorite thing though is when he talks in a certain, what is it called? Code changing? Is that what it's called?
Code switching? Yeah.
Code switching. Sounds like he's doing that when no one's around.
Well, he's talking. By the way, keep in mind, like while he's going through this journey, he's got a bow and arrow looking for black people.
I did finally see some black folks, I was judgmental. I was judgmental as fuck. I needed to know what kind of black folks these was. See, it's a couple.
Well, in my research, there are two kinds.
Chris Rock said it best.
So I don't think this is good news for some of those folks.
He's trying to hit people with that bit, like they haven't heard
Which one are you?
It's a couple kinds of black folks out there. And I needed to know what kind of black people come to Aspen. So when I saw these black people, I was judgmental as hell. Off the jump. Just judgmental. I needed to know. You ghetto as hell? Are you ghetto as hell? Am I gonna be embarrassed you running around as representation of us? I know you ain't representing me, but you kinda are. Especially when it ain't a bunch of us around. When there ain't a bunch of us, the last thing as a black dude you want is somebody embarrassing you. Even if you don't know it. You know why? Because most white folks think we know each other.
As the great Bill Cosby once said, pull your pants up.
I gotta be honest, as a white person, I've never gone, you know, that black guy, he probably knows all of the rest of the black people.
You know how we are.
We just assume things like that.
Okay, so Boogie is telling people to behave and act right, which not at all subtly racist.
Now let me tell you about Spanish Fly.
It's not like, put it this way, Boogie. If it's something fucking Jerry Callahan would nod his head in solidarity with, this guy gets it.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Hello, Boogie.
You know, ask me questions that was the dumbest questions in the world, only based on the other person that they talk about is black. Have you ever been to Chicago? Yeah, I've been to Chicago a couple times. You know, my buddy Darren lives there. You know Darren?
Chauvin?
How the
No. I know.
Are you sure? Then most people can't describe black people. What's he look like? He's black. What do you mean? He's, you know.
Is this most people, Boogie, or you?
He's got a lot of hate in his heart.
What are you talking about, bud? I've never gone up to a black person and gone, Chicago, right?
A little bit.
So as I'm in Aspen, I got all this shit in my mind. Now you might be sitting there going, that's not true. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm an OG. I grew up most of my life around.
You know what they say about all OGs? They're like, you know what? We all suck, and I'm afraid of everyone in this room.
A black man. You probably don't live in the same neighborhood as my friend Dan Katz, but he's also from Chicago.
By the way, anyone thinks this is going to be a ton in this segment, if anyone thinks that they found a good addition to the boogie board, send it my way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let us know, because the boogie board can always be added to.
At Craig VGS on Twitter. Just message me, and I will add to it.
Yes, please.
Folks. And a lot of them have become comfortable with me. I'm like family. So they don't have a problem telling me real shit.
A lot of them have become comfortable. He's talking about black people. He's talking about like he's a spy for us. He's like, guys, I've duped a lot of them. And they're telling me all their secrets.
Oh, boy.
A lot of them are comfortable with me.
Imagine if Boogie was a deep state operative and he was actually white.
He's talking like he is.
That's what I mean.
I know how they behave. I know where they hang out. Mostly Chicago, apparently.
Right.
So as I'm in a place like Aspen, not only am I looking for black people, what kind of black people are here? So one dude, he embarrassed me. I don't know if he had just came from the hotel pool or what. He was ashy as all hell.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
I mean, bruh, come on, fam. You can't be around all these white folks ashy like that. You're making us look bad. That's how I felt.
This is Bill Cosby's call to Eddie Murphy, but crazier.
This is all the stuff Bill Cosby wanted to say, but he was like, I probably shouldn't.
He's like, I can't go that far. Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Just tell them to pull their pants up.
So it probably came off on my face when he looked at me, because, you know, he looked at me like, and I probably looked at him like, because he was ashy. He was ashy. Oh, buddy I'm not just talking about ashy, knuckle ashy, ankle ashy. No. Oh, buddy was ashy. Now, here's the thing.
This piece of shit had dry skin. I can't stand for that.
Cold weather change affected him in a way that he couldn't control.
You believe this? In Aspen, of all places. You believe this piece of shit?
Wow. I can't.
A black dude, you just know you just can't do that. And this is what I'm saying. We're like, what kind of black people we talking about? Because some black people be ghetto and they'll embarrass you. Then you got the other spectrum of the black.
Boogie, please stop.
You know, I feel weird playing this at this point.
If this was a white guy, I'd be like, Craig, delete it. Like, obviously, we can't play this.
Cut this out.
Like, this is a Klan member rally he's holding.
I think even they have reservations for what he's saying.
They're like, well, we don't speak in such generalities.
Not
we
all.
We have some level of decorum.
You're like, Boogie, not all.
Lord. I work with a fellow who's all right.
You don't really, with the Caitlyn Jenner, he didn't really identify. He don't identify as black. He called.
Tell me he's not about to go. I don't identify.
Oh, man.
Is he about to not identify as black?
Oh, man. I didn't get this far. We could be stumbling onto something.
Oh, no.
Carlton ass. That's what I call folks that, you know, they Carlton ass, yeah.
That's you, Boogie.
He was that. Now, in my mind, I'm going, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, other people are Carlton. Definitely not the guy hunting black people and saying they behave wrong.
I hunt black people.
He's calling someone essentially an Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
While saying they don't behave right, and I count them. I get afraid when too many of them are around. You're right. I'm quoting a black guy, and I'm petrified doing it.
Yeah. I keep going to make jokes. So I'm like, they're gonna just think I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah.
Any one of these it's a gas station over there. It ain't like Aspen is just like so that it's now they got little marts and gas stations. He could have went and got him some Carmex. He could have went and got him some damn Vaseline, a tube of Vaseline, put a little bit in your knuckles, rub that shit in. Help me out. You really walking around all these white folks comfortably ashy.
What if it gets on their fine clothing?
Guy's comfortable in his own skin? What a monster.
Don't embarrass me in front of my white friends. How dare you?
They'll take my Nickelodeon gig away from me.
And that's me judging. I'm judging him. Saw another black dude.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This dude was head to toe Black Lives Matter outfit.
I think Boogie's about to tell us they don't.
They don't matter at all.
If he says all lives matter or blue lives matter, I'm going to shit myself.
If that happens, I'll just end the show.
Head to toe. I'm talking about he had a hoodie on with the hoodie up, and he said Black Lives Matter going down the side in red, black, and green. Then at the bottom it said New York. When he turned, he was like walking. So as he walked past me, the black said,
I hit him in the head with a brick.
He's like, I'm gonna tie him up to the local friggin' truck.
I yelled, "This is MAGA country."
Jussie Smollett's like, why didn't I find this guy? All I would have had to do is walk by him and it would have all happened.
I've never heard a black man angry at the sight of another black man wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. Like, viscerally angry.
This is insane.
Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe. Now, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, brother, let him know.
Oh,
but at the
okay.
same time, I'm like, damn. I know. It's fucked up. I'm judgmental. But the difference between
Wait, what?
It's about it.
What was that? It was like you had a crisis of character there.
It's like I can't let my wife friends know I agree.
Yeah. Hey, Boogie, listen, I'm certainly not as wealthy as maybe the people you want to hang out with, but like, if I can speak on behalf of the white people, it's fine if you wear a Black Lives Matter shirt. I'm cool with it. Whatever.
Right.
I know Craig's not.
I don't care.
Craig bit his tongue on that one.
I'm just like, nothing I could literally, short of the N-word, say something right now, and people would be like, Boogie is way worse.
I mean, like, I don't know what, like, if a white kid is wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt, like a white college student or something, you know, like, okay.
Right.
I can't imagine seeing a black guy in a Black Lives Matter shirt and being like, fuck you, pal.
How dare
Not
you?
in my Aspen.
Well, Boogie does.
I'm honest about it.
That's good.
I need to know, who am I dealing with? Who is out
So
here?
is John Rocker, by the way. You know, I don't know if just being, it's like Norm said about, I don't know if hypocrisy was the worst thing.
Of us. Because you can't convince everybody that y'all ain't together. Let me give you best case scenario of what I'm talking about. On my trip to Aspen, Colorado, it was beautiful. There wasn't one white person that looked at me funny, that treated me funny, that made me feel like, what are you doing here? Not one time.
That's good.
Not once.
It's because you introduced himself to everyone like, hello, how are you? And they're like, oh, thank God.
I'm one of you. I'm not like the others.
It'd be great if this was like a Shallow Hal situation and he doesn't know he's black.
Hey, it is like Clayton Bigsby. You're right.
Maybe they thought I was a rapper. Probably not. See, it's different than it used to be.
Hold on. Why would they have thought you were a rapper, Boogie?
Because he's stereotyping himself.
You're a black guy on a fucking mountain skiing.
Yeah, they saw Tupac there in the 90s. So
hey, it's a rapper and a basketball player.
He looked like a guy who knows a basketball player.
See, back in the day, I could get in anywhere under the pretenses of being somebody that I wasn't. Now,
Is that
everybody
right?
on Instagram.
Is that right?
Everybody got Facebook. You can't even front no more. So now
Wait, is it? Tell me if I'm misunderstanding what he's saying. Is he saying he used to just pretend he was like a big star?
That's what it sounds like.
And people would believe him?
That's what it sounds like.
What a creep.
Yes.
Lee, these people are being pleasant to me. And it fucked me up a little bit. Because my expectations were...
It fucked him up a little bit. He's like, you guys should hate me at the sight of me.
I am lesser than. What are you people getting?
Or not that it was going to be a good time for a bevy of different reasons. I just didn't feel like this going to be fun.
Why did you go?
I ain't never heard nobody telling me, yo, we finna go to Aspen in mid-June and it'd be I didn't hear that. I never heard that. It was a cool spot. I saw something in Aspen that I've never seen in my life.
Uh-oh. A black guy with a job. I'm just trying to think of what Boogie's going to say here.
I want to make jokes, but I don't.
I know, it's going to be clipped, but you have to understand, he's the racist.
I don't even want to say. I can't. Nope.
I know. That's a tough thing. We're walking a tightrope here.
It's just a tightrope. But because the thing is, like, I was just gonna make a joke, but there's a good chance he's about to say what I was thinking.
Right? Yeah. Well, let's let it fly.
Aspen is the safest place in the world to live because there's no crime. That's awesome. I believe that. Yo, I didn't want to be like,
Oh God.
Why are you telling me that? Why you fuck you? I wasn't taking it there. I didn't even think of that. I thought of that just now. I actually just thought of that just now. Why they would be telling me that this is the safest place in the world. Why? I didn't at that time. I didn't think of that.
Okay.
You know what's the reality is he probably was like, is it like safe to go outside here? And they were like, it's like the safest place ever.
Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, it's fine.
Why would they tell me that?
No one goes up to a criminal, someone they think is a criminal, and is like, it's really safe here, just so you know. Hope you're not thinking of committing any crimes.
All that would do is make the criminal go, oh, so easy targets, you're telling me.
Oh, excellent. You guys leave your doors open. Perfect.
Yeah, good. Most cars are going to be unlocked.
What else I knew that I had not considered was bears.
I didn't see this coming.
I ain't talking about the Chicago Bears. We ain't talking about sports. I'm talking about real life bears. Bears. Goldilocks and them, her buddies, bears.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were her buddies, were they?
It's are bears racist?
I think we're about to find out.
Bears until I saw the sign. Well, first, in the middle of town in Aspen, real cool town. Small, quaint. But in the middle of town,
why are you using the word quaint?
they got this big old bear that's made out of nails. This is how it was described to me. It's made out of nails. So, I'm looking at the bears, cool. That's dope. Awesome. Great art. I love art. Rocking the Keith Haring sweatshirt right now. I love art. Got Basquiat back there. I love art. Chaplin, Hepburn, artists. I love art.
You got it.
As we continue to walk a little bit through town, I see a sign that says, the rules if you encounter a bear.
Hold on.
Oh no. Is he about to do a Gaffigan bit?
Well, what are you thinking? And I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
It's going to be like, like stay still, all this stuff. And he's like, who wrote this? The Bears? Like he's going to do the Gaffigan bit.
Oh, interesting. My question was more, and we can both be right, potentially. Because my question was going to be, if this is a story about a bear attack, why did he preface it with all the racial talk?
Or we're both wrong, and this is just more dirt on black people.
It's got to get back to race somehow, because why would he just randomly go, yeah, I count black people when I go to a place? Anyways, I was attacked by a bear once.
The rules. The only rule that should be if you encounter a bear to me is get the fuck out of here. I'm out. Pew! I'm gone. Well, the number one rule they had was don't run. That shit sound like a setup. What you talking about?
You're right. Wow, you called it.
He's doing the Gaffigan.
Good job. I didn't realize it was a Gaffigan bit. I don't know if I've heard that.
He's like, he was like at the park, and he's like, yeah, it says, when you encounter a bear, slowly lay down on a plate signed the Bears. I mean the park rangers.
Oh, Jim.
He delivers it way better than I just butchered the fuck out of it, but that's essentially the bit.
I haven't heard this part. I did skip ahead when Boogie's like, so anyways, Hot Pockets.
My back hurts.
Super Pope, the best Pope ever.
What we're gonna find out throughout the rest of this is he really likes bacon.
Over there, okay, I ain't gonna bring no attention to myself, but if that nigga right there, I'm out.
Can I say I feel a little dirty with him using the N-word? I don't.
I don't. It's uncomfortable.
He shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't be able to use it, and he shouldn't be able to use it.
Kendrick should be writing rap songs to Boogie, not Drake.
Run. Rule number 2 was like, don't make eye contact. Okay, makes sense. Rule number 3 was like, back away slowly. Now hold on, all that shit ain't finna happen at the same time. Because if you telling me close enough that we can be looking each other in the eyes, then you gonna tell me to back away slowly. Hold on. If we that close, that means I should at least had a running head start as soon as I saw his ass. I should have been like, back like a big guy. You don't run, don't.
What, bakalaka voodoo?
What does that mean?
It means goodbye, I guess.
It sounds like the way they speak terrorist in Team America.
Unless rule number 4 is feed the nearest black person to the bears. I can't imagine why he started the story this way.
I can't wait to see how he ties it back in.
Yeah, this is going to be a real Larry David ending where you're like, oh shit, they were all related the whole time.
Back away slowly. And then the last rule made all that shit got deported on the last rule. When I saw the last rule, all the other rules was out the door. And the last rule was, if attacked, fight back against a bear?
Well, you're in the position of being attacked by a bear, Boogie, so obviously it's going to be extreme measures.
No, just sit there and give up.
Well, yeah, at that point, the bear is eating you.
No, Boogie, just stay still and enjoy, I guess.
What do you want the sign to do?
What y'all just telling me? That this is the safest place in the world to live or some shit like that? Now you got rules. If a bear walk up on you, don't look that nigga in the eye. Walk away slow.
Hey. Oh, is this just an analogy?
The worst case scenario, you better fight back. Oh no. I'm out from the jump. I'm gone.
Keep your hand on your wallet as the bear approaches you. Maybe cross the street.
Shorty and her little sister, and they think this is the funniest thing that they've ever heard in their life. And I'm in my mind, I'm going, what I look like? Oh, there go a bear. Oh, look at this. Blue skies. Let me go ahead and just back up a little bit.
He's about to tell us a story about how a little girl had her bike stolen by a bear.
No! Bear gonna be looking at me like, this nigga think I don't see him? Nigga, you ain't looking at nothing up there. Hey, let me holler at you real quick. No, that's me. If I'm a bear, I'm thinking like that. So I'm not following these rules. If I bump into a bear, I'm out of here. I hope you got something on your feet.
Keep playing it. But it's amazing. Oh, you can keep playing it.
Put me in a position.
But it's amazing how he switched course completely.
We right here together.
Oh, I know.
Because if not,
he's gonna tie it back in.
Fight back. I didn't see.
How much time is left in this?
Crazy stuff on TV.
20 minutes.
Great mother of God. I don't know if we can do it.
I don't think so. Unless he ties it back.
Okay. The countdown is on, Boogie.
I've seen bears.
You have 5 minutes,
beat
sir.
the shit out the trainer. And this nigga done had him since he was a cub. I done seen a newswoman sit next to a bear for a photo op, and that bear was looking over here like this, and all of a sudden he noticed that she was sitting there. He whooped her ass. And nobody could do nothing.
You might be right. He's describing the knockout game. These are not bear attacks he's talking about.
Well, there's a lot of bears in this neighborhood. Have a bunch of other people's Amazon packages.
But he's basically saying they punched these ladies. What the fuck is he talking about?
These bears really have a problem with Asian women.
You should see, if you think there's gun control problems in America, how about the bear statistics in Chicago?
Dude, that's supposed to be his trainer. He got a damn karate gi on. He chopping the bear. You can't chop no bear, dog, with a gun. I'm all for animal rights. I'm all against animal cruelty. But if a bear is whooping my ass, shoot him.
He just doesn't like gay people.
And they don't belong in our schools.
The value of my house dropped since these bears came to town.
I know you. Just go in here with no gun. Aspen was cool though. We ate good. Food was good.
What?
I went to a steakhouse called Jimmy's.
What? Wait, there was nothing happened with a bear or a black person. He's moving on to the cuisine.
Don't forget, there was just a really ashy guy that he decided to make fun of.
Yeah, so That's the only. By the way, that's the only interaction he's had.
Mm-hmm.
It's some poor black guy who didn't moisturize that day. So his story so far has been, I hunt black people when I go to Aspen.
Right.
And bears exist.
Right.
Moving on.
Which might not be real bears. It could be an analogy. It's unclear.
It kind of, with the hunting thing, it kind of seems like he had the worst intentions.
You did describe the knockout game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's hear about the food, I guess.
Old classic. Felt like I was back in Youngstown somewhere. Felt good. Got a chance to take the gondola all the way up to the top of the mountain. That was fly. It was a good look.
Boy, he really makes a meal out of nothing stories.
But it turned out to be a pretty cool trip. I felt like the whole time I was looking for black people, though.
Shit. Why?
Oh, man, I thought we were going to get out of here.
Boogie, there are bears around.
So now I'm convinced he meant black people by bears.
You've been alerted to wild, ravenous animals. There were instructions how to survive an attack by those animals. And you're still like, where are these goddamn blacks?
They're like, Boogie, what's wrong? You barely touched your food. He's like, these people, man.
They're still out there. How can you eat at a time like this?
Folks, but it wasn't like I saw a family of black people.
Who does?
It wasn't like I had seen,
This Boogie's rubbing off on me.
Yeah.
Whatever Bill did.
Wait, go back a little bit. I missed that.
Dr. Huxtable.
He's actually quoting. Go back a little further. He's quoting Bill Cosby.
That's a wild move.
I swear to God, when I brought up the Cosby analogy, I didn't know that.
I felt like
and women, you just put something in their drink, and they're a lot easier to deal with.
For black people, though. I saw a couple black folks, but it wasn't like I saw a family of black people.
Okay.
It wasn't like I had seen, Dr. Huxtable.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
It's complimenting.
Whatever Bill did, that's fucked up. But that was a good ass show. I still look at Dr.
It's good to get that out there.
as the standard. So I'm looking around for Dr. Huxtable. I'm looking around for Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. I'm looking for that black family that's up in Aspen.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Is he saying he's on a quest for one of the good ones?
You gotta tell him that these are both make-believe in their television shows.
he's using like one of the good ones mentality.
This is Boogie. I thought we were
crazy.
I thought we were getting out of here, Boogie. You reel us back in.
All right, let's go.
And the folks that I did see, they was probably looking at me the same way. That's what black people do. We do. We judgmental as hell towards each other. We are.
No.
If you sitting here acting like you ain't, you're a liar. You're a liar.
Now,
okay.
I feel like that community is more tight-knit than any other community.
Certainly more than whites.
Yeah.
Aspen, Colorado shocked me. Got on that little ass plane, though. Listen, I'm like 6'4", 6'5". And them little planes ain't the business, man. Back be gone, leg be falling asleep. Turbulence and all that, whatever. That don't bother me. I love roller coasters. I grew up on Cedar Point. So
I don't think that's what turbulence is.
Turbulence couldn't even fit in Cedar Point's kitty land. That's how bomb Cedar Point is when it comes to roller coasters.
Awful
Is
white
he
of him.
autistic? What is this rant?
Of the flight
I don't
that
know.
Kills me.
ADD maybe?
I can fall asleep anywhere. I'm one of them hyperactive kids. So if you make me sit anywhere for too long,
ADD.
I'm out. Gone.
Is that his catchphrase? He did it again.
I don't know.
Well, there's your drop, by the way.
Bakalakadite.
Can I point out? So we've heard, this is the second story we've heard from Boogie.
Yes, it is.
The last time we talked about him, go check it out. People really seem to enjoy it. Boogie went to a nightclub in Los Angeles and had an interaction with a person in the bathroom, and that was most of the story. And then he told a lie about going to Suge Knight's house. I'm sure a lie is coming in this story. But he is a man who, like, his whole show is predicated on stories. It's like if Joe List and Mark Normand had no chemistry and didn't do anything all day.
Love the window seat. The window seat, I get a good lean. If I got a sweatshirt on, I'm gonna break y'all down with my flight rules. Right?
Please don't.
Always wear a sweatshirt like this.
Oh, God.
Sweatshirt with a hood on. Okay? If you can.
Oh, he's advocating for hoods. That's unexpected.
I mean, it's right on brand, actually.
On the plane, I get ready to get into a real good sleep. I every time I'm waking up before I fall out like that, I notice that my mouth is open.
The fuck are you talking about?
I don't really want nobody taking pictures of me on the plane with my mouth open. I don't want the flight attendants.
Does he think by the way, a guy who worked at Nickelodeon and wasn't abused, a guy who's constantly falling asleep with his mouth open.
Does he think he's more famous than he is?
Oh, I mean, that's clear, yeah. Why? But why did you say that?
So
yes, but why?
I'm on a tiny plane with like 4 people on it with my mouth open while I'm asleep. I don't need people taking pictures of me.
Oh, Boogie. Is that T-Bone from Nickelodeon's iCarly?
About to call them stewardesses. You don't even really know what the fuck to say anymore. Flight attendants, stewardesses, people that work on a fucking plane.
When was this from?
So crazy. 1988.
Is this like this year?
No, I think it's a few years ago.
Oh, damn. I need new stuff so bad.
I know. The most recent thing is the Dan Schneider interview.
Damn. Everyone message Boogie on anything and just don't tell him about this. Just convince him to do more shows that you missed.
Yes, yeah. Don't mention us because that doesn't seem to work for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell him he's got to get back on the podcasting again. You know what? Let's listen to a little bit more, but I think we're going to wrap up here. I'm going to listen to this second half and see if there's anything interesting here because I don't give a fuck about his flight home.
I'm sleeping. That's just me. Call it anal.
Mike, this is the flight to Aspen.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, that's just how I am. So I came up with a couple things that I like to do when I get on the plane, no matter where I'm flying. I got my music and I got a little procedure that I do. So as soon as I feel myself ready to pass out,
what everybody does.
hopefully I'm in that window seat. First thing I do is I take my sweatshirt.
Oh, Boogie, tell me about it. It's the window or the aisle. Am I right, my man?
Hood.
Middle socks.
Right? Next thing I do is I make sure my hat is in a nice.
Hey, can I give Boogie a little advice for a second? You know what's actually a lot better if you're flying? If you can afford it, sit in first class. That's what I say. It's actually much better than coach.
Yeah, flex that iCarly money you have.
I don't know if people know that or not. All right, let's pause this for a second because I can't get into Boogie's fucking flight details. Are you cool with that, or do you want to keep going?
I'm good. If he was in the middle of a further racial rant,
if he was still in a race war, yes. But I'll do some further digging. I just heard the beginning and was like, this is good enough to just run through.
We're at 1640 out of 29 something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it through another 13 minutes.
Nope.
So let's pause and regroup, and another time we will talk about the rest of the book. But we got 4 other episodes to go through, so don't worry. There will be no shortage of Boogie in the coming months here.
That's right.
But yeah, well, that's pretty crazy. The way he talks about race relations.
It's wild.
And then just kind of moved on to Bears.
Which, did he move on?
Yeah, we'll always wonder about that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the program. And, it was fun. Guys, let us know in the comments how good it was to have Craig back, huh?
Let us know in the comments what you think Boogie's getting at.
I'm sure they will.
That's true.
All right, guys. Appreciate you joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like and comment. All that stuff. Excuse me. Dying. Engaging with the show in any way possible. Even telling me that it's gross when my throat clogs up like that. That helps the show. So make sure you do so.
How our lighting looks, all that stuff.
Oh, tell us how the light. Believe me, we could use work on our lighting. So tell us all about that. We appreciate it. And yeah, subscribe if you want early access and bonus content. Then join the Patreon or become a YouTube member, whichever platform is easier for you. And all those links are at blindmike.net. That's the easiest place to find them. And anywhere you get podcasts, search Blind Mike Project anywhere you get podcasts. Also, Why You Laughing? For any of you that are interested in the Dabbleverse and haven't checked out Why You Laughing, make sure you do that this week because we're talking about Stuttering John and his war with Carl and Shuley and all these people as he entered the Dabbleverse some 6 years ago. So I thought it was a pretty good episode. I think it came out well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And then, if you haven't gotten your Craig fix, because God knows we love Craigie here, our guy, then make sure you go to verygoodshow.org and support his program, support Rubbed Out, and Very Good Show. Check out what they got going on there. And also hackridethedemon.com. We gave Hackride, listen, we were tough on Hackride today. And he doesn't always like that necessarily. So make sure he knows he's still loved. He's still part of the family here. And go to hackridethedemon.com. Subscribe to his YouTube. Let him know that the gearheads still love him very much. Because we love Hackride as well. And DJ Electrofry. They got their shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So check those out. And I think that's it.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie. Sappers clear the way. Everyone all the way.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always, rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
What's that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please?
If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Anyway, God bless America.